Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Let me first off mute my stream. Oh, there we go. Now it's all fixed. No more echo. How's it going? Everybody shining like a dragon out there. How many more? I'm out of puns for the title of this game, by the way. I am peak exhaustion from it, and like I'm, whatever. Machine gun kiss. Is that like a lot of rapid fire kisses or what? I'm not sure on that what that is meaning. Pretend English isn't my first language right now and explain it to me. What's up, Dart? What's up? How's everybody? Wesker is coming to Dead by Daylight, I've heard, but I don't play that game. Are they getting the voice actor to do the lines, though, is the important thing. I would assume so, since it looks like Resident Evil 5 Wesker. He doesn't seem like he fits in with the rest of the villains, though. He's gonna be Matrix diving all over the place. Sick of Yakuza already? No, not really. I mean, I'm hoping I don't have to grind in it. That would decrease my enjoyment. Very George Carlin-esque title for the stream. How can one be like a dragon? Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe one of his lesser jokes. The legacy song originating in Yakuza 5, I think. Oh, see, I would know. Lost on me. Chad, it's kind of very hot today. As if I had to tell you. I'm sick of complaining about it, but when it's this hot, what else you get? I hate conversations about the weather, but when it's really just like decree, like fuck me, kind of weather, it's like you can't help but talk about it every once in a while. Played the song of the day, yeah, and was it that really bad one that I didn't recall because it was really bad? Okay, yeah, well, you think I'm gonna recall that song that I didn't like? Sure, why not? That sticks in my brain. It's a real brain gremlin, that song was. Every word of it, memorized. Based on the trailer, looks like Wesker seems to make use of the Ouroboros tentacles. I mean, I guess they can't really give him super speed, since the idea is that people can run away from him. So you're definitely going to need to grind, I know, but I'm trying to, not do it as much as possible and wait as long as possible before I have to. I think if you dedicate some money and time to leveling the workshop and weapons, you can postpone grinding for some, well, to get enough money to do that will require grinding, I feel, though. Beat anyone up with sex toys in the game? I did use a shoulder massager. That doesn't really count as a sex toy, though. That can be used. Many things can actually be used as a sex toy. Let's be clear about that. There's no actual definition of a sex toy out there, or at least a good one, subjective one. Also, Console Peasant, thank you for the gift sub to Great Scott. Big Strom passed through. I thought it was about someone you're about to say. Big Strom. Big Storm, you mean? Okay. Passed through like 2 hours ago for like 30 minutes. Winds were so strong I couldn't open my screen door. Pretty impressive since the screen door usually allows the breeze to pass right through it without pushing on it. Many things can be used as a sex toy. You can quote me on that, but it's true. I mean, it just takes a little imagination. And also how adventurous and what kind of danger you're willing to accept in your life. You can get to level 2 and upgrade weapons to tier 2. I'm actually already got a couple weapons on tier 2. Don't I? Oh no. Level 3 in tier 3 costs 2 million. Level 4 in tier 4 out of 5 costs 20 million, but that isn't necessary until they really get a game. I mean, maybe we'll do that tonight. Who knows? How's everybody doing? Well, I made pizza today, and damn was it good. That was 2 days of work to prepare for that pizza, and I've got dough for several more pizzas though. But there's nothing like you actually prepare to make a pizza, chat. You lay your dough, set in the fridge, and slow rise. Same with your sauce, and then you finally cook it. It's like, it was all worth. So much more satisfying just ordering one up. Chat, if you've never made your own pizza, you really need to do it. You won't regret it. It's a skill that you'll take with you to the grave. And it will impress people and earn you friends. Made pizza today as well. It's been 4 months. It's been a while since I made it as well. Not because I don't like pizza, it's just I just didn't have time. But, yeah, what I like to do, chat, is I like to let the dough sit in the fridge for over 48 hours before I even make a pizza from it. The older a dough gets, usually the better it tastes. When it's still in the rising, thing. Next thing on my list to do, start a sourdough, starter. I gotta well, if you want to make sourdough bread, you're gonna start up like almost like a beaker experiment of yeast farm almost. So, That's my next plan to do after I finish up all my pizza dough. Been working a bunch, so I haven't been around a bit. Just want to say thank you for the Resident Evil Code Veronica video. Been a request for a while, and did not disappoint. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Glad you enjoyed. Hope you don't work. Hope you're not working too hard. I was a pizza maker for several years, but the one time I made one at home, it was way better. And yeah, because the one you're making at the restaurant is to their code and what they want to go in it and what's affordable for them. But the one you can make in pizza is just for you, just the way you like it. I'm playing around alongside you right now in Chapter 9, max out the management game. Workshop weapons are Tier 3 because Tier 4 requires items from a late game area and a few... Okay, so you're probably way stronger than me then. Let me do these announcements real quick before I forget. Gotta get more friendos in your chat. Done. And also, thank you, Garlic Mama, for your tier 1 sub. Your first time, you were just viewed your first stream yesterday and you're already subscribing. This sip's for you. Much appreciated. Hope you had a good day. Hope you too made a pizza like I did and you'll are here to brag about it. Chat, I come to every stream hoping all of you have had pizza. Or at least, I don't know, maybe even like a pizza roll. I wonder what it'd be like to make... Oh, whoa, shit. What was that? Oh, forgot I even had that one. But thank you for the 100 bits, Dr. Maybe. Yeah, I forgot I added a few more sound effects to the board. That one was a bit louder than I anticipated, though. Have a really good Domino's near my place, plus a permanent 50% off. How do you get a permanent 50% off coupon? I've had Domino's before. I don't recall if I liked it or not. It's been a long time. I guess I just got used to making my own pizzas, so I haven't ordered or actually like gone to a pizza restaurant in a long time. It's like I was making myself if I want a pizza. The discount code that they forget to remove whenever I make it online. Oh. So it's like you got like a glitch that you're making use of. I mean, I can't blame you for that. Just over 100 hours, but everything. Also, first time chatter from Panda113. Hey there, man. Hey there. How you doing, Panda? Hope you've had a great day. I hope you're here to have fun and watch me struggle through an RPG that wants me to grind. But I refuse to. I can do it without the grinding. I'm a strong, independent gamer boy who don't need no grind. I only eat pizza. I didn't make it. Your family brings it over. I mean, hey, that's a pretty good family to bring you over your pizza. Doing good. How you doing? Oh, well, like I said, I made pizza earlier today. My homemade stuff, really good. I'm gonna keep talking about it, by the way. I'm going to do like a pizza making stream if I shut up about it. Just like, okay, chat, here's how I do it. And then none of you'll have an excuse anymore. Like, oh yeah, guess I got to now. But yeah, I'm good. If it was a little bit cooler, it would have been a great day. You can beat chapter 12 without grinding, I'll sub. I mean, I'm only on chapter 10 right now. I don't even get to chapter 12 tonight. I need a haircut, chat. Getting a little long up top. I don't like it when it gets too long. I'm very picky about my hair length. Not even speedrunners beat chapter 12 without grinding. It just gets that bad, huh? That's kind of a weird design. I mean, I guess they want, like, we put a roadblock here. And only here. God, I could go for pizza right now. Too bad there's not one decent place. That's the same issue I have. There is no really good pizza place where I live, so I started making them my own to get the good pizza. So I suggest you take up my mantle, learn how to make your own pizza. It's not even that difficult. I mean, you make the dough, you make the sauce, and you buy some cheese. Put it all together, you got pizza. It seems complicated at first, but then you're like, oh, well, it's actually pretty simple. And it's rewarding. Where can I drop my mid-journey pics in Discord? The photo and art section. That's where I posted mine at. That's where it's for, actually. So even if it's AI created, you can post them there. Super good, had Chinese food. How is your day going? Oh, you're talking to Puff. There's a certain boss that I heard... boss that's hard vibe checks you if you aren't strong enough. Yeah, people have been telling me. I feel like a lot of people have been mentioning this boss coyly in chat, like, hey, you know, he's eventually, Dar, you're gonna run up against this game Smog and Ornstein. I'm like, okay, I understand what you mean, and I'm not afraid. Coyly? Yes, coyly. You don't like my brand new word I just created? Sucks to be you. Actually, 2 fights like that? I'm assuming if you can get past the first one, though, you're probably gonna be able to get past the next one. Nah, but FR, man, this boss, man, he's the whole one-shot your ass. I mean, I faced one boss earlier who could almost do that whenever he counterattacked every time. Alright. Should we get started and not delay? I mean, we only got 4 hours, we gotta use them wisely. Who knows what we'll have to do to, like, satisfy this game's, thirst for making me grind. Dartigan, love the pizza flex, lol, happy to be a part of this. Hey, enough. I'm glad you've joined us, you seem like you're a good addition to it. You fit right in. But I'll have to do like a pizza or at least show like photos of like my pizza making process. I don't really have a setup in my kitchen for making streaming there easy. I need like a laptop, but I don't own a laptop. I like the little pixel arts. I've never noticed the little pixel art versions of us down the lower right that I just now noticed. Alright, what was our next thing we had to do actually? I kind of forgot. What, are we going back to WeWork? Oh no, it's down here. Yeah, might as well keep it up. Why not? Plus you'll need to show your face. Well, not really. You can have the camera pointed out the table. First and foremost, though, something important we need to do. Do side quests. I guess maybe, and we'll see. We'll try. I don't know. Side quests don't really level you up that much that I've noticed. Last time I did a day dedicated to them. But first and foremost, Namba must sing for us. Some have rewards that make leveling faster. True. So let me pick my garden. Recommend having Eri or Seiko as a permanent idol if you... well, I'm actually gonna have... yeah. I'm probably gonna... I'm not gonna keep Namba in my team, to be honest with you. Something on your mind? Am I using my telekinetic power to talk to him? What the hell?
Hey, Namba. You good?
Oh, Ichiban. Perfect timing. Guess you could already
Han is the best character in the game. In terms of combat, he seems like he's pretty good.
My chest. You got a sec?
I won't just listen and nod, just say what's on your mind. Welcome to Kasuga's Counseling Corner.
Da-na-na-na. Today on Kasuga's Counseling Corner.
What in the hell?
You're on Ichiban Kasuga's Counseling Corner, man! From trivial bullshit to life's worst catastrophes, one call solves it all.
Buffering? You getting
What
buffering?
dumbass would ever go to you for counseling?
You! Why, good sir, you're the very first dumbass on the show!
Wow, what an honor.
Okay, for real though. I'm all ears.
Promise you won't tell a soul?
Yeah, cross my heart.
Okay, so... last night I had a hankering for a nightcap, so I dragged my ass
You
down.
love Ichiban so much because of what he's like,
Bartender
nerdy.
wasn't around.
but
So I'm
also a
sitting there
badass
all
Chad,
by myself.
sort of. Well,
Then I start thinking, what would be the harm in
I don't know.
helping
Could you actually
myself
call
to
him a Chad?
small pour? Just a shot, really.
Corny? What? Me or
Figured
the
I could pay
game?
it back later,
You
you know?
clarify first, new guy.
That's when I see it.
DC, I mean.
Unopened
I mean, it's
legend
fine either
vault,
way.
shining in the dark like it had my name on it.
What's a legend malt?
A super high-end whiskey. The king of kings. One glass is at least 10 grand.
Get out of here.
I know, right? I couldn't
And
dream
people
of
make fun
buying
of
a
people who
shot
buy
which was a
NFTs that
glass.
are really expensive. I never got the
Drop would
appeal
be
of like really
okay.
expensive alcohol.
They don't exactly sell it by the drop, dude.
You're right. But I took one anyway because who was gonna stop me? I poured just a drop onto my hand. And when that sweet honey touched my tongue, I went straight to heaven.
Probably just some alcohol, my dude.
Was that good?
Best whiskey
Power
I've
just
ever
had to
in my
go out at
life.
night.
A
That's
taste
better
that
than
I
going out
felt
the day
in my
when the
whole
sun is still
body.
there and like burning you to
A
a crisp.
fruity aroma.
This is basically
I can
Sato
still
Gojo from
smell if I
Jujutsu
try.
Kaisen, just as
telling you,
Ichiban, same voice
pure
actors. I don't know any of
magic.
those characters.
All my cares just melted away.
You know what would be an
It's really
interesting
that
game to
good?
have made? Well, maybe. I don't know. I
Call
don't.
it a legend
This
for
is
nothing, huh?
pure conjecture.
Yep.
I've never read it, but there's
Packs a
actually a
legendary punch, too.
very very
Next
long
thing I
running
know,
manga
staring down an empty
that's
bottle.
been I think going on for like 50 years or so. It's like Golbo
Don't tell
something
me
or other. It's about some
drank
kind of
it
like
all?
assassin or
I
something like
did.
that. I believe it's like the
Guess I
longest running
blacked out
manga
or
of all
something,
time.
but the
I wonder if that
fact
could ever actually be
remains,
turned into a
I
modern
downed
game.
At least 100 grand worth of whiskey.
What'd the bartender say?
You think I actually told him? What's he gonna do?
Guy
hand me a
talking is
bill
actually the
that'll never get
freshest
paid?
slice. What?
What I did instead.
Alcohol
was I
comes
found
in
the
different
nearest
qualities, Dart.
mini-mart,
Yeah,
grabbed
but
the cheapest whiskey I could
still,
find,
I don't like
and
the idea of like
pressed it.
spending thousands of dollars on a
So,
bottle of alcohol.
The
Just like
whiskey
what?
in the legend
Really?
malt bottle right now is
Horse piss to the brim.
Golgo 13. Yeah, that's it actually.
You know?
I think there have been
know, why do you
games in
think I'm so
before, but nothing
stressed
really
out?
like in this
So
decade.
come on, Casca. What would
They're
you
like
do if
older,
you were
like
me?
2D games. So I wonder if someone. I think it's still going actually. I wonder if someone would actually like make a modern game out of that. Be interesting. Something that has that much history to it. Alright, stay calm and let things play out. What's done is done. Just say an angel drank it.
Well, it's not like you can return it. What's done is done, you know? And if I get caught,
What kind of
I
game
just
would
pull
Berserk
something out
suit?
of my ass.
Because I'm very shocked there haven't been many made with that
Must be
series.
nice to have that kind of confidence.
There's
see
been
it
like
working
one
for
on
you.
Dreamcast that
Yeah,
was
man.
like an action
No
game,
point
and then
crying
there's
over
like
spilled
one that
whiskey.
was also made in
Either
that
way,
Dynasty
I can't
Warrior
just ignore
Warrior
what I
style.
did.
Honestly, as much as I dislike
Practically a
Dynasty
thief
Warriors, that
now.
does kind of suit
Yeah, but if you're gonna
portions of
steal,
Berserk,
at least you made it
but
legendary,
not all of
right?
it.
I say, you gotta stay cool,
Honestly, Dark
see what
Souls is
happens.
a game that's very much inspired by
Maybe you're right.
Well, if
well,
it isn't my two
that
favorite
Berserk. So
vagabonds.
you kind of already get it if you
Why
play
are
Dark
two not
Souls.
drinking?
We were just figuring out some life stuff.
Only if you had like a Dark
Without
Souls with
me?
more story and character
At least you saved me a seat.
focused on,
Yeah, of
focused
course
on
we
more
do.
story and character.
Shall we?
I'm in the mood for something special today, and I know this place has some killer whiskey.
I'm going to a different
You
place.
want
Just had a
whiskey?
spectacularly
Yeah,
stressful day, so I
there a problem?
thank God King Dart is
Not
from
exactly
stream.
a
Well, I'm
problem.
sorry for your rough day, man.
Good. I was thinking we could do something.
Hopefully you're all right
fancy
now.
For once.
You don't
Hopefully it was
need-
something that
Bartender.
just for
I'll
it was
take
only like a
12-year-old
momentary stress, not like a
silver malt
long-term
on the
stress.
rocks.
You sure? It's 1,500 yen a glass.
What? A girl can't reward herself every now and again?
Oh, thank God.
We're gonna shit our pants every time someone orders a whiskey now, aren't we?
No doubt about that.
Moo? Yes, moo. You must question if you can do that. Kasuga fills his ball with Namba, grow stronger. Alright, any more conversations? No, looks like we're good. Alright, time to sing, Namba.
Let's get ready to rock!
Baki me time. We saved the best for last.
This one's a real classic.
Are they gonna put this song in every Yakuza game now? Because it's been memed?
I've been a fool, and you've
Oh, it's
been
English.
childish. You fell down, you got her chasing sweeter dreams.
never could.
Go!
Hide the truth in your eyes.
Go!
That's how I knew that smile was a lie.
You're killing it!
I love you is something you never say. Couldn't get it out, always just pulled away. So then why, please won't you tell me why you could find the words to say goodbye. I'm such a mess, I'm lost, I'm no good at this. I'm in love, still in love, still in love.
What? Why is there just an old man on screen?
Hard as I try, I can't even drink this pain away. Memories of you, twisting now you. I've been a fool.
Hello, how be? What's up, man? It's kind of hard to read stream right now because I gotta pay attention to all this shit. Ah. Is everyone sad now? But hey, Raven, how's it been?
That was great.
There you go. Karaoke complete. You let a beautiful homosexual love throw off your game? Bigot, what? Also, Raven Madley, with that, thank you for the 1,000 bits. What's the occasion? But regardless of your love, there you go. Doesn't need an occasion, does it? But thank you very much. You'll be happy to know I made delicious pizza today. That's a sign you're a true adult, or you've mastered adulting in my opinion. Alright, so we are headed down. I guess we'll go see if we can upgrade our weapons too. Yeah, we'll do that. That's the old man who was in charge of the homeless camp. Yeah, but he had a photo of him. He was looking at. That was a weird thing to show. It's like, yeah, is that the one he loved? Also, 500 more bits from Raven. You were in a generous mood tonight. I'm hoping life has been good to you recently. Howie Dart, I didn't see a Discord announcement for Yakuza tonight. Did I not do that one? I feel like I did that though. Let me check. No, I did a Discord announcement. So it's there, just you just didn't get it for some reason. That's why you should also make sure you have all notifications on YouTube turned on.
Look, there's some shepherd's purse here.
Shepherd's
And also
purse?
ring the little bell
It's a
thing,
weed.
and you'll check
It's
your
pretty good
subscription
when you
page.
boil it up and put it into a broth. You can get fish mint, vetch, and mugwort from this part of town too.
Wow, you know your weeds, huh, Namba?
Well, I didn't learn it overnight. Nearly killed myself a couple times. Still, I got better at telling which was which over time. Now I've got a pretty good idea of things. The more dangerous they look, the better the taste.
You know, the first guy to eat sea urchin must have been a little something like you.
That's not.
I'm kind of like connecting to Namba right now because I too have eaten grass. Also, we need to go swap Namba out for our healer.
Yep.
And a bonsai, right? Totally love all that neat little detail. Oh yeah, which is didn't I have one? But I gave it to someone else. Actually, I had a bonsai. Could have gotten a date maybe. Oh well. Right, fund support. She needs 200k, huh? Do I actually make money from this investment? A lot of money to put in your business.
Thanks to your investment, I was able to get a ton of new equipment for the shop. Seriously, thank you so much. This means I can make a whole lot more stuff.
Hey, no worries.
Why were you eating
This
grass?
place
Because I was
helps me
poor and a
out too,
kid.
you know?
Well, I'll do all I can to show my gratitude. Hope you'll keep coming back.
Yeah.
Basically, I acted in good faith and got a fuck ton of bad faith thrown back in your face. Did someone screw you over? That's pretty fucked up, man. Sorry that happened. What brings you in today? Man, I've had similar things happen to me before. Right, so yeah, we can make heroes bat +1, I guess. And it's actually better than the one we're currently using.
Almost there. Ugh. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, pretty good.
Nice. Heroes bat 2. I can make that as well.
Just a touch. Ugh. That's what I'm talking about.
Yakuza 7 is dubbed. I'm only on 4, trying to stay away due to potential spoilers. Yeah, I think this is the only one since like the first one that's been dubbed, right? Right. We cannot... The heroic soul bat, huh? We need... Looks like we need high-end leather, and we need smooth hide. Then we can... Or also more sturdy iron as well. Underdeveloped merchandise. Oh no, we need a higher facility, right? Never mind. Alright, okay, anti-corrosion box cutter. We need a Simidine Super X. Do we need 10 of those? Because I have 0. Looks like something you can buy, though. But whatever. We spend enough money as is. Also, is your name pronounceable in any way? We're just going to call you NP Smith. Thank you for the sub, man. 4 months in a row. I appreciate. I do. Now let's go to WeWork. Or Hello Work, whatever it's called. Make the journalist a dealer. I'm not going to be using him, though. I need a healer. Best healer I got is the idle person. Mark Hamill. Yeah, he apparently doesn't remember that even doing that role, though. So I'm guessing he was a bit on some drugs at the time. On some drugs. Right, so, yeah, I can't make him anything but a homeless guy, actually. He needs a higher bond level. We could actually start making her be our... Maybe we'll just do that. So she'll have to, like, learn those moves. But I think she gets the healing moves pretty quickly, right? Yeah, let's try that.
Congratulations. I'll be rooting for you.
Yeah, why not? Hostess is outshined massively by Host, and Area is amazing as Dealer. Like I said, I don't even have those abilities. I need their bond level to be higher. What does Dealers do? They just, like, do gambling or something? I don't know. They seem like it's random chance, right? Enjoy the stream. Gonna stay away because I don't want mentions or references to the games I haven't played. Well, I haven't... Only the game I've played is Yakuza 0, so you won't be getting any of those out of me. I'm assuming if you're playing your way through the series, you probably played 0 already. In this game, I don't believe references any of the other games too much. More interested in being its own thing. God, this guy gets so many fucking abilities. But the only one you really need is this one. Threatening men, cultists. This is you, chat. You use my own magics against me? I never threatened you? Well, I didn't say you did I? Oh, like, because of the weird people I'm fighting? No, well... are you admitting to being in a cult? Well, you never threatened me with anything but a good time. How about that instead?
I'm getting stronger.
I never threatened you with much other than that. See, that's how you properly word that. What are you doing? You looking for a job? Bark, 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 day in, day out. Man, it sucks not being the boss. Okay, I thought he was doing some weird fetish shit for a second. I seriously thought, oh, that's where this is going. If I can't be the boss, I at least want to smell like him. Wish I had some twist for it. What the fuck? Like the Barker's life's not for him. Maybe if I can cheer the dude up, he might come work for me. Hand over brand name goods. Apparently I have what he needs. Gonna give him some twist fragrance, but I don't have any on me right now. If only I could follow through on those threats. Oh, yeah. Distance is a bit of a problem, isn't it?
I'm not big on bullying, but I got this.
Oh, why are those guys so oily?
Let's go.
I never noticed. I've seen these guys a few times. I never noticed they look so goopy. And then they rub themselves.
I got this. Wanna fight?
Watch me.
I wouldn't do it.
Are you going to be watching the Sandman show? Is it based off the graphic novel, or is it some other type of Sandman? And I don't know. I've heard like the casting is all weird for it. I have not seen it, like a single trailer from it, so I don't really know much about it.
I did it.
So I can't say if I will. Maybe I'll wait and see what the reviews are before I check it out. Is that Trav? Yeah, there's some kind of stuff in your way on the way to attack. You'll pick it up and attack him with that instead. Don't really want any of this stuff. Is this game supposed to be Tommy Wiseau levels of goof? Well, it's got... well, no, that was... one, Tommy Wiseau was not trying to make a comedy. This game definitely intentionally likes to be funny at times. But it does have some goofy shit in it, that's for sure.
Good practice.
I'm fighting a pimp master, by the way.
Let's go.
Right.
These guys are all super low level though.
Feeling better already.
Yeah.
You're in.
I got this. That's better. Cool.
You sure you can beat me?
Get serious.
Bring it on.
Just look at them, menacing and shit. Well, hey, they start these fights. Big, strong Kiryu hires a chicken for his real estate business. Well, I also have a chicken in my business, too. I think you always have a chicken in the business, right? Based off the novel and the original creator was heavily involved. Yes, the casting is kind of retarded, but I think we actually just kind of have to accept that casting is going to be weird from now on out. Not going to be what you expect for certain characters. Yeah, also, if you're a redhead, you're never going to get an acting job again. They're like getting anyone who's a natural redhead, you got no chance. If you're like the character is like a redhead you want to play, nope, because it won't be that way anymore. I'm not sure why that's happening, but damn, it's weird. Like I said, I'll wait until there's episodes out before I check it out. Who knows? Let me save before I go in here. Alright, time for a new save. No one cares about the gingers? Good. Wow. You're good at making friends, aren't you?
You may enter.
Sorry, I just slurped into the microphone, by the way.
Thank you, Chairman Hoshino. Captain Takabe said it would be okay for us to talk.
I heard. And I believe I already know why you've come. You've done us a great service. I would not still be leader of this clan if it weren't for you.
Does that mean the Seiryu clan's gonna pull through?
Natural red hair, rare gene.
I can't
Depends on where
say
you
for
live,
sure
but
yet.
not necessarily. It's just that
About 20 to
a
30%
lot of characters that
our
are
men
written as
defected
redheads are
to
being
the
rewritten as not
The
redheads
ones
anymore.
who stayed are grumbling behind my back. And it's hard to blame them. They just found out the Jincho standoff was all a sham.
Zhao told me he's giving up his position as the leader of the Liumang. Songhui is going to lead them.
Yes, I know.
You just know everything, huh?
Not everything. But I'll tell you what I do know. Eventually, the Seiryu clan will succumb to the Omi Alliance.
What?
For people who had nowhere to live outside the gray zones, the Great Wall of Muscle was their only protection. Now it's crumbling. That's a matter of life or death for them. Already rumors are flying into Jincho's political circles.
Well, thank you for that, Dr. Baby.
Rumors that Ogikubo
You've definitely spiced up the cutscene with that one.
I'm sure Aoki got those whispers going. He never lets a good crisis go to waste.
Oh, really?
Aoki knows it would destroy the party if it ever revealed their chair, Ogikubo, forged money for years. Now Aoki can easily blackmail Ogikubo and force him to step down. Aoki will become the new party chair.
I don't get it. Why does he want to take Ogikubo's place so bad?
The party chair manages elections, so in that role, Aoki could nominate anyone he wants. He'll control the ruling party. Therefore, he'll control the nation.
The whole country will be under his thumb?
Well, I didn't know this
Yes.
story was getting that big.
Especially if I'm right about his next move.
Future of Japan is at
He's gonna
stake.
try to dissolve Parliament.
Wait, really? This is good. He's gonna dissolve the Japanese Diet or whatever it's called.
Dissolve Parliament at a time like this? It's insane.
Emotional damage!
Yeah, I'm going to turn down the volume on some of those.
How you must feel. Being unable
But thank
to
you for the
rely
bit
on
for that
Ogikubo-sensei. But
Doctor.
honestly, I have the power to support you better than he ever could. If an election were held today, I could guarantee you 2/3 of the seats. Minimum.
Do you have a solid plan for doing that?
Yes.
Last game had the revelation that
I'll send
Japan had
Bleach
built
Japan
a
to the
super
districts
warship,
where
and
the citizens'
that's
Liberal
in
Party
like
is
the last
weakest.
Yakuza game.
Bleach Japan can influence votes anywhere.
Seems a bit off for the
incredibly
just a crime drama.
Plus, they have my endorsement. A victory for the party would, of course, move your personal political goals forward.
Oh.
Tell me, do you think you have the power to maintain the party's stability right now? We don't want it breaking up for lack of support from Ogikubo-sensei.
You can talk that way to the house, but not to me.
World War III would start over Japan building a warship. I mean, they literally
Appoint me to
have
party
what
chair
is
and hold an
essentially
election.
aircraft carriers now.
If you don't, I'll be forced to make public the nature of Ogikubo-sensei's crimes.
Didn't realize. Well, I should have
That would
actually
mean
adjusted the
end of
volume
not
on
only
them.
your administration,
Forgot to do that when I
the
added
party
them.
itself.
But there's no precedent for someone serving as both governor and party chair. Besides, you're much too young.
If age is what you want, start digging for some old fossil who can stop me. That is, if you think you can find one.
I don't need to be old. I'm
Anyone
good
in
looking.
particular come to mind?
Was he like trying to become the next prime minister at this rate? Bit of an edgy joke, but a secret warship is still no match against
Aoki's
nukes.
scheme
Well,
to destroy the Great Wall
nothing's a
worked.
match against them. That's why they're like
He's got
what they are.
Mabuchi and
But
Omi at his command.
I'm guessing it's probably written because Japan isn't supposed to
So
build
much
certain types of
power,
ships. Was the idea of the
vested in
plot?
Just one man. And it had to be Masato
Also, no one builds
Arakawa.
battleships anymore. It's just missile boats and guided missile destroyers. Oh yeah, that guy. We're still pining over him. Have I become president of the Milky Way yet? I'm still working on it. It's hard to get the votes of Alpha Centauri sometimes.
I know you
They're very
never
fickle.
intended to be at the center of all this. It was pure coincidence that you were there when the soap landowner died. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. Lucky me.
But one thing I don't believe is a
So
coincidence.
your dark soul with light,
is
you want that in there?
ended up
That's
in a
definitely one
Eugene
doable.
show.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do you still have that fake bill?
Yeah. Didn't you say you knew how it ended up on me?
Yes. Only one person in the world could have put that bill in your pocket.
Who? Who is it?
Masumi Arakawa himself.
Arakawa-san? No, he's the one who shot me.
Yes, I'm aware he shot you. But did you ever consider that maybe he did that so you would end up here?
What?
That fake bill was his letter of introduction between you and me. It was to let me know that you were one of Masumi Arakawa's
How would he know he would end up showing it to you?
Kind of a weird way to introduce us.
It's a really dumb plan.
I think what it means is Arakawa's goals do not align with those of Ryo Aoki.
Well, then, what are Arakawa's goals?
I really can't say. But I do know that he means business. He wouldn't have used that bill if he didn't.
Chairman, how exactly do you know Arakawa-san?
Maybe, yeah, maybe he's just a really good shot and aimed right above his heart.
Well, that's a long story. And there's a much better place than here to tell it. Heian Tower.
Heian Tower?
Yes. That's where my fate intertwined with Arakawa's. He sure seems to be partial to Peking duck.
Yeah.
Let's have it for lunch tomorrow. My treat. I'll make the reservation.
Now let's stare at the wall for a bit. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go meet our old father figure soon, maybe? Peking duck is now politically incorrect. Is it? Why so? I have not heard anyone complaining about Peking duck. You don't have a bathroom in our place? Well, we got air conditioning, that's nice. I think this is my first time actually walking out of this place. Hey, wasn't there supposed... Didn't someone say there was one of those things I needed up here? In the room? The little, what was it? The statues? I don't see one. Not a fan of... I don't think I've ever had duck before, actually. Take picture? Oh, you got... But where is it in here? In the closet? Oh, okay. That's one of the compas that was in the part-time hero request. Alright, that's 2 of them down. Apparently you get a lot of money from doing that or something? But these guys live at this bar now. Alright, so, might be a good time to give... No, he doesn't get any more gifts. I wasted a bonsai tree on his ass. Can tell you where you are if you want. We'll hold off on that. Can I not leave? Nope, we gotta talk to someone.
Listen.
Good to talk at Jabon after hearing what you said about Chairman Hoshino earlier. There's something I'm curious about. Huh? Lay it on me then, I guess. Well, remember how he said it wasn't chance that you came to Inchinjo?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Well, while you were bleeding out from a gunshot wound, I was working my ass off to find the tools to treat you. I doubt you remember. Nah, you know my gratitude is deeper than the oceans for that. Well, I think the part you'll want to know is that one who told me to treat you was none other than the chief.
Hmm?
Huh? I mean, it was the middle of the night. I was asleep, of course. The chief and a few guys came to me in a panic and asked me to fix you up. But now that I think about it, why would they care? What's that supposed to mean? You don't need a motive to save a dying man, do you? If you were one of us, sure, I would have done it. No questions asked. But getting involved with a shot Yakuza, that's asking for trouble. If they really wanted to save you, why didn't they drop you off at the hospital? Or call an ambulance?
Huh.
But the chief wanted to keep it in-house. Right, so I think the chief must have had a reason he wanted to save you. A reason we still don't know. I guess he might. I think it relates to what Chairman Hoshino was saying about you being here wasn't just chance.
Yo.
You think there's more to the chief than we know? Well, every hobo has a secret or two he's hiding.
Hey.
You got time before your Peking duck date? Maybe talking with the chief would be a good idea. Who knew that one homeless man would be so important to the plot? Let me pick my tomatoes. They grew overnight. Mysterious bulb? Sure. Mystery seeds. Come back and check on those later. So, date. He's going on a date. I left to feed my cat. Where are we? Well, we're not going on a date. They just said we're gonna go meet, our father figure for Peking Duck later. But before we do that, we gotta go talk to a hobo. You do that before all your dates, by the way. How you get luck. David Cage, from the looks of it, co-wrote the game. This game, no, this does not have even a single iota of David Cage's style on it. Just because the game is weird and quirky, David Cage does not intentionally make his games, weird and quirky. He thinks he's just writing genius. This game is an intentional comedy sometimes, mixed with like serious stuff. No, there would be certain tells. Also, I don't think David Cage knows Japanese. So I have to stick up for David Cage's honor here. Look what you made me do. David Quage. Hey, his name is, kind of pronounced interestingly enough as is. Might as well call him David Quage. Wait, this arrow's back here. Can we get some more of that good stew for free? How's the relationship going? To be a manager of a little place not too far back. May have lost my job and ended up on the streets, but I've been thinking about climbing my way back up. Could be someone who will hire me, right? I know I'd do a good job if I was just given the chance. The guy in charge, I can tell you, our company doesn't care if you were ever homeless or not. Register here, I'll reach out if I find something for you. Yeah, okay, we got a new recruit. In case we want to do that later. Because of how much he likes making homeless people look like they are all the salt. Well, he's not actually making anyone. No one in this game is being made to salt of the earth, just because they're homeless. In fact, quite a few of them. Really, that was only in one game he did that. Well, technically two. In one game, he made them like part of a secret society. So I'm not even sure they were homeless. Homeless people are usually drug addicts or mentally ill, a good number of them. Some of them also veterans. And then you have the people who literally just fell on and you'll have really bad luck. And then the rest of them are made up of people who, like, literally just, were not good at, life. Made a couple bad decisions here and there. Don't take that from the homeless. It's there to be taken, though. Like all the things the homeless claim to own. Where's the dude? There he is. Veterans are still drug addled. Well, they can have multiple problems, yes. Usually you're not homeless for just one reason.
My friend's got some questions.
Is that guy just smoking a joint on a toothpick?
Yeah. I want to know why you didn't just abandon Ichiban. Dump him at a hospital. If you don't mind telling us, I'm sure we'd all appreciate it.
Interesting way of smoking your cig. But also ingenious if you only got like the stub left.
Fine. I'll tell you. It's as good a time as any.
Classy, well, I suppose,
There's
in a
an
way.
old tradition in this homeless camp. A responsibility passed down through the chiefs for many years.
What responsibility?
On occasion, when we're asked, we dispose of bodies.
What?
Bodies?
Yeah. There's a Yakuza family from Kamurocho who pays us to do it. They're called Arakawa.
Arakawa?
Like those weird
Seriously?
cigarette holders, but cheaper. Hey,
Was this going
a
on
bit
while
of
you were
life
still
advice for any of the
Jojo?
ladies out there. If you
don't know
ever want to
every
look like a
detail,
boss-ass
but
bitch
yes,
and you smoke,
the
get yourself one of those
arrangement existed
extremely
at that
long
time.
cigarette holders.
It existed.
I don't know
before
why,
I
but it
started
works.
living here.
If you see a
We've
lady
dealt
sitting
with
around with
all
one of those,
kinds
you're like, I
of
bet
bodies.
she's in charge of
They've been
something.
Shot, stabbed.
It's like a
beaten.
power tie for
No
men.
matter how nasty. We dug holes and buried them under garbage. Who knows how many are there now? Back during the bubble, we got one every month. Or so I was told. Since I became chief.
Ethan had
There's
the
only
time to
been
sleep with a
3.
woman while his only remaining son was slowly drowning in the rainwater.
The assassin.
I'm aware, I
But
remember that
there's one
game.
more secret rule. It applies
Hey,
to anyone
I mean,
the
what? I mean, he
Arakawa
still got there
bring
with enough time to
alive.
save him.
A secret within
He
the
also
secret.
just
Right.
finished crawling through broken glass,
What
if I
happens
remember.
they bring someone alive?
We're supposed to give the person medical aid, then let them go free, while pretending they're dead.
What's up with that?
In the criminal underworld, there's always people wanting to fake their own death. Gamblers, guys on the run, anyone who's afraid someone will hurt them. They
If you
send
sleep with
people like
women, you
that
can make
here.
new sons. This guy
We
listened
honor
in
the
biology
secret
class.
agreement. I think it might actually be a service the Arakawa family provides, but obviously they don't advertise it. So it ended up
Heavy
being
Rain, though,
very
was
rare.
probably his most fucked up game.
Is that agreement why you saved me? This live body rule?
You got it.
What sort of guy dropped me off here?
I mean, probably just someone from the family. I had no reason to check or anything. The guy lugged you out of the trunk of a car. You were covered in blood. He paid me and left. Didn't say a single thing the whole time.
You don't watch TV or movies unless Jim approves. Really, you get Jim, our Jim, to approve of your watch list?
Sorry, Ichi. You have to die. I'm counting on you, Ichi.
What the?
Did what?
After
Apparently,
Arakawa's on shop.
I'm not sure if Raven is mentioning
think he
Jim
said
as in you,
something.
but her watch list is created only if you approve.
I'm counting on you, Ichi.
What would that even mean?
No clue. But the more I think about it,
I think Ichiban is actually in love with his
Sure,
senpai
he
father.
said
No,
that.
just respect.
Look, Ichiban.
what?
I don't want to dash your hopes or anything. When you were dumped here, you were on death's doorstep. You're only alive because everything I did went exactly the way we needed it to. But it could have easily gone a different way. I know you want to trust Arakawa, but
I think
Well, it makes a lot more sense if he wants. Okay, yeah, if that's what it works for you.
All the other
Go ahead,
Yakuza
imagine that.
meeting were watching him.
huh?
Never mind.
Everyone was an interesting experience, kind of like the room. It was
Forget I said
definitely
anything.
such a Such a bizarre game. I can't say I'm not entertained by it, but of his games, it's like the... I mean, that being one of his weirder, rougher games, is comparison to the two he made previously, though, is a big impression, though. It's definitely a mood, because his other two games before that were definitely weirder in their scope. One being a game where you're trying to stop the 2012 Mayan, end of the world, and then with Matrix Kung Fu. And then AI is getting involved somehow. And then the one before that was even weirder because you're like a person dragged through a game into another dimension and where he like inhabits the bodies of other people. And then David Bowie shows up for some reason. Real game, by the way. Everything I just mentioned about Omicron the Nomad Soul, 100% real. It sounds like something you make up. Omicron the Nomad Soul sounds like one of those games you make up as a fake game for a joke. But it's actually an actual game that someone actually made and you can play today. It just, everything about it is like, this should not be. Okay, where are we headed? Oh yeah, time for Peking Duck. Do you mean David Quage? David Quagag? We're just gonna keep changing his name, aren't we? Omicron, you say? I need to get my mask. I mean, you need a full hazard suit, actually. It's a rough game to play too, because it's not just a first-person shooter. It's also a third-person open-world adventure game, and it's a fighting game as well, and sometimes a platformer. And none of them are very good. Alright, man, I really should have had like something closer over there, shouldn't I? David Cage is his namesake, must be put in a cage, apparently a Supermax kind. Apparently there are some things about him. Things, and it's a big loaded word. But I didn't really pay attention to his to that trial, so... I'm sure justice was done, or, you know what... I don't know. As long as he doesn't continue doing fucked up shit. Guard, you can phone the taxis? Yeah, but you know what? I want to save my precious minutes. It's whatever, though. I usually like finding the taxis so I can like go click on them and like get new fast travel locations. David Bowie did the music for the Nomad Soul as well, but a lot of it got cut, so he used the unreleased songs for the Hours album. Kind of explains why it's such a fucked up album as well. Why would you cut David Bowie music? If you got David Bowie making the soundtrack for your game, like, yeah, you leave that shit in. So bizarre. Also, Doc926, thank you for 35 months. Enjoy the content. Thank you, man. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Hopefully I can continue to make the shit you like. I'm in a bad mental space, so I'm gonna be lurking from now. Hey, do whatever you need to. Hopefully that him running into a sign made you chuckle for the moment, but sorry you're having a rough time, but I hope you get back to your 100% soon.
I got this. Take this. Bring it.
I got this.
You're in it now. Get serious.
I'll show you.
You're cool.
You sure you
Check
want
this out.
Okay.
Alright,
Watch this.
I wouldn't underestimate.
David Cage isn't even his name. Why are we talking about David Cage again so much tonight? There's usually a reason for this. Oh wait, I wasn't one picking on the David. Am I going to stand up for him again?
I have secrets too. Here goes. I wouldn't underestimate you.
Come on now.
because the game is just as goofy as David. No, there's a very different type of goof. David Cage is an unintentional goof when it happens.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Or sometimes a little bit racist goof. Speaking of the touch of it in there. He's not goofy intentionally. He just ends up being sometimes. You know he deserves the criticism at times? Yeah, but his games I've kind of secretly enjoyed. Quick thoughts on Detroit Become Human, downloaded the demo. It's probably one of his better games, actually. Mainly because he didn't really do much of the writing. He actually hired a team of writers for once. Oh, these are pretty good, actually. That might be a bit much. How about that many? David Cage Star Wars game is gonna be whack. I'm gonna guess that Disney has a tight leash on what he can actually do in it, to be honest with you.
Watch me.
So I wouldn't expect it to be too crazy.
I wouldn't underestimate me. Right.
Let's go.
You're
Fight.
I'll show you.
I missed everybody.
Check this out.
Wouldn't expect that game to ever come out. I mean, they did announce it very early, so it's not something anyone should be concerned about for the time being.
Watch this. Have fun with this.
Let's go.
You're in.
Well.
Sure you can beat me? I got this.
Get serious.
I have secrets too.
Come on.
Earliest 2024, yeah, they announced it. I don't like it when a game gets announced several years before it ever comes out. I say wait until you only have like a year of development left at best.
Good times.
What do you sell here, sir?
いらっしゃいませ.
Full recovery medicine. Oh, that stuff's expensive. Oh wait, are we like buying endangered animal parts in this store? Just realized what we've come into. Ah yes, can I have your best rhinoceros horn, please? You're paying for quality? I think we're paying for like animals that are going extinct because they're being murdered for their testicles and horns. Still waiting for that League of Legends MMORPG that probably won't be out. Is that something got announced? I mean, it makes sense, I suppose. I mean, they have a big world that you can definitely do whatever you want in. Alright, here we are. Peking duck time. Still waiting for Bloodlines 2. I'm pretty sure that game ain't happening. What was left of that game was turned into a Battle Royale game instead. Time to let it go.
I went ahead and got started.
You sure you don't mind treating me?
What? Are you actually able to pay?
Battle Royale
Wish
isn't
I
related,
could.
but yeah, so I'm pretty sure that whatever
I
is
don't
left of
think
that
I'd take
game, they
this.
just put into that.
You don't sound like you're gonna relax during
So
this
waiting for the
meal.
lull, they're making that too. Is there anything that isn't League of Legends
Depends on what
genre
you
they're
say.
making over there?
Hopefully I'll relax
Like, oh,
enough
you
to
waiting for
enjoy
like the
duck.
Smash Brothers game as well for like League of
So,
Legends?
How do you know Arakawa-san? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
I mean, Smash genre now seems to be
It
taking
wasn't
off, and
long
a lot
after
people,
the
other
war
companies
that
are doing
counterfeit
one.
bills started being produced in Ijincho. It was top secret. Only the heads of the Seiryu clan and the Liumang, plus some officers, knew about it. Outside of that inner circle, they also had to hire people to smuggle the bills.
Smugglers?
And one of them was a traveling actor. His name was Toshio Arakawa. He was Masumi Arakawa's father.
What?
One day, he came to us saying he lost an entire suitcase filled with 100 mil in fake yen. No
Next
excuse
sim
in the
video,
world
probably
could
God
have
of War
saved
3.
him. A mistake that grave required the Seiryu clan to make an example out of him for the other smugglers. But
Or
remember,
League of Legends has a card
only a
game,
few
music
people at
game,
the top
auto
even
chess, an
knew about the
RPG,
counterfeiting.
a MOBA,
It
a
wasn't
fighting
a task
game, and
they
then
could
no
hand to
dating
just
sim?
anybody. So I, being next
Hardly
in
worth your
line
time
to
then.
inherit the clan, was entrusted to carry it out.
So did you... You actually...
Yes. I killed Toshio Arakawa, father of Masumi Arakawa, in this very place, 40 years ago. But I had no idea who was in the
Oh
room
yeah,
with my
that scene.
target. By the time I learned it was his 14-year-old son, it was too late. I had to go through with the hit, knowing this boy would see his father die.
LOL does not need a dating sim, I
Made my
disagree.
guilt even worse. Later, I found out why Toshio lost the fake bills. His wife and her lover had stolen them. And those two fell into the ocean and disappeared. Their corpses were never even found.
So Arakawa-san lost both his parents, one after the other.
And his only other friends, the theater troupe, disbanded soon after without their leader. Masumi Arakawa
What's up,
became a
Mike?
drifter,
Mike Parker, how you doing, man?
along with a
I'm pretty
few
good.
other actors. They couldn't trust anyone, so what other path was there for them, except becoming Yakuza in Kamurocho?
Wait, they do have a dating sim? What? Where? I've never heard of such a thing.
Arakawa joined a low.
By the way, Chad, did you know there's a fan project to remake Resident Evil Code Veronica on Unreal Engine? You can find like a trailer someone put together on YouTube.
They were the kind of family that took hits without thinking twice.
Really?
Yes.
I found that when I was, doing my research on the video.
Need of ways to dispose of a body. Masumi Arakawa was tapped to help with that.
Dead by Daylight? Why they mentioned law
Extremely
then for?
cautious. To do it, he started coming all the way to the homeless camp in Ijincho.
What's not being remade on Unreal? Well, this is a fan project, not an
Even though
official
the family
project.
was based in Tokyo? Why?
Well, truthfully, he wanted an excuse to come to Yokohama. Because it would afford him opportunities to
I didn't like Code Veronica? No.
killer.
I mean, I think I would say I dislike, say, Resident Evil 5 way more than it because of gameplay and other stuff, but Code Veronica just very tired. It was at the end of that.
As for his
Well, it
hunt,
technically wasn't the end of like the
searched
old style. There was still like the
criminals
remake of Resident Evil
every
1,
time he was
but that
here.
did it so much better.
All he started with was a single clue. His own child.
Yeah, I know about Wesker being added to it.
Suspicious waiter he saw here that night. Eventually, 7 years after the murder, I received an invitation to come here. He signed
About
his
6.
invitation
I've mentioned
Masumi
6 before. I find it weak, but I don't
was a
despise it.
bold declaration.
It's just too much action and
I knew immediately
too many
the plan
characters, so it's a bit
would be
bloated.
futile. So I came here, alone. I didn't even bring a bodyguard.
Why the hell not?
Well, to put it simply, I was prepared to die.
But, I mean...
Feels awful to play.
In this line of work,
Mechanically, it's
there are
technically better
good
than 5.
ways to die. And I can think of worse ways to go that would not give that boy the justice he'd earned. The memory of what I'd done to him never left me, you know. It was always like a small bone stuck in my throat. He was sitting right
We've
where
all been there,
you are
buddy.
now.
Bone stuck in the throat.
Here?
Yes. He didn't look a day over 20. But his eyes had that hard, flinty gaze of an old killer. I couldn't help myself. I told him everything. I told him why I killed Toshio Arakawa. I even told him about the secret counterfeiting. I figured I was dead anyway. He had a gun in his hand, and all he had to do was pull the trigger. But he never once interrupted me. When I'd finished, he slowly stood up. I stopped him as he
There's a
turned
lot of
to
talking,
leave.
a lot of talking.
Didn't you come here for revenge? I asked.
And? What did he say?
He said, if only you had ignored my invitation, then I could have shot you in the back. Then he left.
Boss.
In 1984, the 10,000 yen bill changed.
Am I going to be
from
screaming
the
by
face
the
of
end? No.
Prince Shoto
That, I reserve that for really
Koichi
frustrating
Fukuzawa.
gameplay. Depends if, though, if
By
it
that
grinds
time,
me enough.
Arakawa had found his own
Oh, you want
Yakuza
to hear me
family.
screaming like that?
So I sent him a
Sadist.
gift.
What was it?
A fresh batch of crisp fake bills featuring Yukichi Fukuzawa. They were defective prints with nothing on the back. Not exactly legal tender.
Then how was that a gift?
It's hard to explain. If I had to say, it was out of gratitude.
Sure, but for what?
I should have died that day I met with Arakawa. I would have been right. And yet he spared me. Not only that, but he lifted a terrible weight from my chest. Furthermore, it's not an exaggeration to say the equilibrium among the Ijin Three continues
The
to
comma
this
in the wrong
day
place.
because of him.
Your high school English teacher is gonna find and kill me. The only
I
people that
owe
will
him
actually
an
care about the comma in the wrong
unfathomable
place are usually English teachers.
And one day,
If you notice from my writing, I
must
rarely use
pay it
commas.
back. The defective
Unless
bills
it
were how I
really
chose
calls for
to
one, I'll leave them
communicate
out.
the sentiment.
That's the thing about commas. They're kind of pointless most of the time. They're just there to make the sentence look fancy.
The counterfeiting secret is Ijincho's weakness. And it was only thanks to Arakawa that the Ijin Three could continue to secretly wield that power. But of course,
Spirit is a big
that
titty
means
goth
if he ever
girlfriend.
feels
You know,
like
the
it
best
was a
type of girlfriend,
mistake
right?
to let me live. He can use the fake bills to unravel
Get better,
everything
look
I've
up
built.
Code Veronica remake. I got a
gift
trailer for
wasn't
Dead by
bills
Daylight, saying Albert
themselves,
Wesker, Ada Wong. Yeah,
but
they're all in it, but
leverage.
it's like a remake of that fan remake, keep in mind.
I actually wrote something on the back to that effect. Neither justice
They're there to break up
nor
the flow of the
mercy
sentence.
should
Often, though,
tip
they're... Well,
the scale.
sometimes they're
It means that those
necessary
in
for
power
like when you're
must
like listing
reward
off
and punish
multiple
where
things,
necessary. I felt
and
it was
sometimes when you're like
appropriate
going to a different
message.
clause in the sentence.
I
But
suppose
oftentimes you
writing
can't
is
just leave them
fair.
out and the sentence still works perfectly fine.
Whoa.
Then again, I don't really pause a lot when I'm talking too, if you notice, so I rarely have use to... They don't even make much sense if you're actually listening to my voice, because there won't be a break.
That's the whole story.
Up till this moment.
You're just a wacky straight
Now I'm
gal. That
sitting
sounds like the
across
next
from a
big
man holding one of those
rom-com.
fake bills.
She was just a wacky
Which, of
straight girl.
course, is a
I wonder if they
message
would
from
describe the
Arakawa
character as that.
only I could understand.
He was just a bi-curious male.
Message is, Masumi Arakawa
Two of them are
sees
brought
you as a
together by
beloved
fate in their
family
love of cats.
member.
Arakawa-san thinks of me as family.
He would not have placed that bill in your pocket lightly. Do Do you see its significance?
I'm gonna put that in my Twitter bio. I'm so
After
quirky
everything
and
I've told
straight.
There is almost no doubt in my
Unrealistically
mind that
straight.
Arakawa did not want you killed. So he didn't shoot you out of malice. He shot you so that you would be brought here.
He could have aimed for my shoulder,
saved
though,
by
to be
the
honest with him.
homeless,
If that's gonna be the
and
argument.
eventually meet up with me. Do you see? That's everything I can tell you.
That's plenty. Thank you, Chairman. I see it all now.
I feel like you took that from a real movie.
I
That
always
has
kind
to
of
be
figured.
real movie. I don't believe it is.
You did?
But a lot of rom-coms often
Well,
use very similar
your
plots, so
move
maybe it
now.
just feels familiar to you.
I've only told you what I know, so...
It's okay. That's enough. I trust you.
Well, I don't hear that often.
Yeah, neither do I. Not even from my friends. But those friends are trustworthy to me. And so are you. I believe everything you said. And my faith in Arakawa-san is coming back strong.
Kasuga,
Yeah?
are you a blood relative of Arakawa's?
No, it's not like that.
There's a lot of good-looking guys and gals out there, so you're not limiting yourself, huh?
He must have been happy to have such loyalty as yours.
Haven't even
proud as
eaten?
any
Yeah, they haven't even
father.
brought them food. I thought we were gonna get Peking duck. Oh, that, speak of the devil. Or, you know, foul. Are you related? What random ass question? Well, he does, like, treat the guy like his father, so I mean, he didn't really know. So he's like, hey, maybe this is like one of his illegitimate children. Never told me the odds, kid.
Nagatacho has been rocked by party chair Ogikubo's sudden retirement due to illness. Long a central figure in politics, Ogikubo was the Prime Minister's last ally in keeping Parliament together.
An election shall be held to reaffirm the will of the people. I look forward to a new Citizens Liberal Party and a new cabinet.
The Prime Minister made more shockwaves later that day. In the afternoon, he announced he would appoint Ryo Aoki to Ogikubo's now vacant post. Aoki will be the first sitting governor to also serve as the ruling party's chair. This bold move is sure to have ripple effects.
I have no idea if this is unrealistic for Japanese politics or not.
Hmm?
Old man, remember
How are
me?
you feeling, former chairman?
Surely the governor of Tokyo can read. My sign says no visitors.
Gotta go. Raven, have a good night.
Oh,
Even if you don't make it back.
Suddenly rules are important to you.
Naturally.
Shouldn't you concern yourself with the rules you've already broken? For example, counterfeiting. Your crimes put the entire national economy at risk.
Do you know how many lives were saved by what you call a crime? Hundreds. Any politician can say they built a road or passed a law. But how many can say
Except
they
the ones in
caught
America
people who
currently.
fell through the cracks?
They don't do that too often.
You think you're talented enough to do that?
Stop
in my
lurking.
stead?
Are you lurking, Vincam? Hey, have
Oh,
fun
I've got
lurking, man.
plenty
It's
of
comfortable over there
talents.
doing that, isn't it?
I just use them very differently compared to you. For example, I managed to fit your downfall into my already very busy schedule.
The governor.
Who is that guy's
party
voice actor?
chair.
It sounds familiar to me.
Nothing could be more ripe for corruption.
Oh. Everything I'm gonna do will be labeled scandalous by withered
I
old
can't
men
place
like
it though.
you. But by next year, Japan
You
will
really
have
want
a
fall
new
to come?
story,
You and everyone
and
in
it will
Europe.
have been written by me.
Spoken like a true amateur.
Amateur, huh? Let me ask you.
Sleeping
Do you
Dog.
remember
Oh,
the
you're
first
right. It
election
is him.
10
I
years
knew
ago?
that it sounded familiar.
I asked you for the Citizens Liberal Party endorsement. You insulted me. Your exact words were, "Bleach Japan is a bunch of kids playing at politics." Your home district is Kanagawa's second.
Maybe he's actually
right?
still an undercover cop.
I'm happy to tell you, Bleach Japan will be running a candidate there in the next election cycle, and he'll have the Citizens Liberal Party's ringing endorsement. So, how does it feel to have everything taken from you by a bunch of kids? Our candidate's victory in Kanagawa's District 2 is all but certain. So I've come up with a plan for taking out the trash in Ijincho. Of course, we'll probably lose half the population.
Are you calling the people of Ijincho trash?
I'm calling them disposable.
Wait, like half the people in the city are gonna die? That seems like a big deal, my dude.
What did you call them? People who fell through the cracks? Can't you see that's their own fault for becoming so dependent on the gray zones? They're responsible for maintaining their home, and they failed. That's what makes them disposable.
Wait, is he literally gonna give this guy a heart attack just by talking to him?
As I said, I've got a busy schedule. Happy
How'd
retirement.
you kill half a fucking... See, yeah, I'm wondering that too. Without, being, anyone catching onto it.
I hope you'll visit Ijincho after its beautiful new developments are complete. You'll hardly recognize it, and I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see it.
Something you don't understand is why they established the drug Masato took to walk and never bring it up again. It was in America, a mysterious land of, vast medical miracle cures that you can't get anywhere else for some reason.
So, is your hideout?
Gonna bulldozer homeless and build more
ahead.
shots? Yeah, but I don't think the homeless would just stand in front of the
I'd love
bulldozers.
to, but where could I even do that?
Losing half of the city's population might not go over very well in the world.
Well, excuse me.
Princess.
I'm hearing some pretty high standards for a couple of pad crashers.
We're not crashing it. Namba-san gave us permission.
What important secret reveals did you miss? That maybe Arakawa shot us for good reasons and, set us on this trail. And also, the the entire nation of Japan is almost getting ready to be ruled by a criminal. The country's at stake, and it's up to us.
It will take some time.
Not the noise heart rate sensors make. I don't think they actually even make noise in the room, do they? It's only like the nurse's station.
This place is a pile of ashes. What's Xiao's excuse?
But it's one of those cinematic things they do.
Living in Qingchen after stepping down from the Liumeng wouldn't have sent the right message. So, I joined the ranks of the homeless.
Still doesn't explain why you need to stay here.
Maybe because information collects where people do. And this group does seem to be in the know.
We do? But we don't even know what happened to Bleach Japan.
Did the police ever put a stop to all that craziness?
The police? Kasuga-kun, haven't you seen the news?
No, I haven't had the time.
I hate this man's style. He's wearing like leather shorts that come down past his knees, then he's got high socks on. And then his fashion taste is bizarre.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe the headlines. Despite peril, brave Bleach Japan topples Komijul gang. Grassroots org achieves what police never could. Shit like that.
Wow, great journalism. No spin at all.
That's not even the worst of it. The reports say that Komijul committed arson during its fight with Bleach Japan. And in the blaze, Bleach Japan director Ogasawara perished.
He's dead? Wait, what happened? He was definitely alive after the fire. That's when we interrogated him.
Yeah, then the Omi Alliance rescued him. Why would he be... Wait, did they?
Yes.
Or just saw the smoke inhalation from earlier, maybe.
I had that thought right away.
Fashion police dirt. I'm not really that into fashion, but when I see an outfit that like upsets me, it just happens sometimes.
That guy? A hero? Why'd they kill him?
I don't trust anyone who wears leather in the summer, by the way.
Interrogated him. Why wouldn't they off the guy? No,
There's just something unnatural about that.
For all it's worth. Honestly, it's a brilliant move, making it look like he died in the Komijul fire.
Why is Korean Virgil with you? He's on my team. He's a good, cool guy.
And means Bleach Japan gets a nice, tragic death to go on about.
Damn. I wish we'd picked a fight with dumber enemies.
But what can we do? Go to the police and explain how we abducted Ogasawara?
What would be the point? Half the force is on Mabuchi's payroll.
Dart hates all 80s greasers in the summer.
asses.
Well, pretty sure they didn't wear their jackets then. They had other clothes.
To his little tune.
Usually their main thing was like, gotta have the slicked hair and jeans. But they could still wear like a regular black t-shirt.
Bleach Japan's got us by the short hairs there. But what about the fact they were trespassing on Komijo property?
Well, they must have figured the public would think the ends justified the means.
So leather together as a hobby, but I don't wear it in broad daylight.
Of this story. The police will never prosecute
do you like wear it inside then, like in your own time?
The Komijo and the Liomong.
I mean, I don't mind it being warm, but just in the summer, that feels like God, it'd kill you.
People like you who give us shelter will be an endangered
What's my
species.
take on socks and sandals?
I wish I didn't have to say this.
Not a great
but I
look,
suggest
but
you
hey,
make other
if you're
living
comfortable in it, be my guest.
I can't. I'm waiting for someone to contact me.
Usually the people who are like at that point don't give a shit anymore. It's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be me. But yeah, usually if you're wearing sandals, not a great idea to wear socks.
He's about to go all in with his next gamble.
The weather is cold, yeah.
You'll need
Yeah,
strong
that,
allies.
or even just like regular weather, leather's fine, but hot weather, yeah.
I can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'll be in touch.
I would own some leather clothes, but just the maintenance you gotta do on those damn things. I don't like the idea of having to like oil my clothes every once in a while.
But isn't Masumi Arakawa the man who shot you?
Too
The boss
on
wasn't trying
maintenance.
to kill me. He shot me so I could live.
Sorry, but don't you think that's still
Well, that's a statement.
fucked up?
It's a long story. Buy me a beer sometime and I'll tell you all about it. But right now, well, we've got you on
That's
the
the way I
team.
play this game is blasting camera Jack theme during the fight scenes, like the da 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 da. I mean that's really like an opening theme song, not like hard fight music. Zhao, wait, him? I wasn't expecting Zhao to be in the party. Didn't he just get beat up the other night and say he wouldn't be able to fight for a while? Zhao's rather demanding experience as the leader of Yokohama Luemeng has toughened him up against bleeding fear, rage, and silence. So he's like anti-status effect. Do his song, yeah, sure. I think that's all the party members? I think so too. Also, we can talk with him. We'll talk with... Oh no, we can talk with you. Let me go get something to drink while these two have a touching heart-to-heart.
Hello, Kasuga-san. I must say this place is quite comfortable.
Yeah, ain't it? Also, seriously, man, how's a guy make drinking alone look so cool? Guess it's easy when you're as handsome as you.
That's kind of you to say. Why don't you let me buy you a drink?
Yo, for real? Hey, now you're speaking my language, man.
Alright, I'm back. Also, Western, you have a good night.
You certainly are a mysterious one, Kasuga-san. Sunghui speaks highly of you as well.
Did you
I
just
dare
make
say
a
it makes
plain
me
cheese
jealous.
pizza, or did you put toppings on it?
Speaking
I try to
of,
actually make it was just cheese pizza. The cheese is a topping. It's just I feel that a good pizza doesn't require a lot of toppings, so I actually focus on just making the best like sauce and cheese pizza I can, and it turns out great.
Up until then,
I will occasionally put like use pepperoni or sausage, but generally I'm perfectly fine with a cheese pizza.
Body double? You mean like a decoy? Just like the real thing?
Indeed.
You make your sauce good and your dough good, and that's really all you need after the cheese.
I was to be killed in his place. That was my duty.
I didn't figure people still did that kind of stuff.
It's not a controversial statement about pizza I just made, right?
Does that mean your face is...
I've noticed a lot of people like they don't want a pizza unless it's got like a bunch of shit on it. Like I need my pepperoni, need my my peppers, and mushroom. No, I mean simple pizza is best pizza.
A shame not a
You're late and was messing with my Skyrim mods. Okay, how many like nude hentai models did you put into it this time?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
So that means Junki Han isn't your real name either, right? What's your real name then?
Surely we're not that close yet, are we?
Come on. First step in becoming friends
Why
is
are,
calling
why is
each
it
other
so?
by
Why
name,
are
right?
names so like coveted over in
Well,
like
isn't
how you
this
use them
awkward?
with people in
I'm
Asian
afraid I'm
countries
the
like
type
this?
to want a bit more
I've never really
distance
got
with
that.
people.
Like you
The
can't really
hell
like
was it
use
the Jingon
someone's like
Mafia?
first name,
From
like
the
their
name,
given
I'm
name
guessing it
until
was
you
some
know
sort
them
of
really well, and you have to use like
Korean Yakuza-like thing?
suffixes all the time.
Weren't you once a member of the
It's like
Tojo
they really
clan,
make that a
Kasuga-san?
personal thing.
I'm surprised you've
Mods
never
over your
heard of the
Xbox
Jingon
Skyrim. You didn't
Mafia.
answer my question though.
I was in the clink for a
How many
long
nude
time.
models did you put in?
The Jingon Mafia and the Tojo clan clashed
Isn't as
in the
broken as Han,
1980s,
but his starting
long before
class
you were serving
and chef
time.
class are really good,
80s?
and I think you have
Dude,
the
that's
best
40
chef
years
weapon
ago.
too.
I
Wonder
was just
Flip
a baby
wouldn't
back
well, it needs
then.
upgrading though.
Doubt I even had hair.
Yes, I had yet to be born myself. Regardless, early in the decade, the Tojo clan attacked the Jingon Mafia and massacred a great number of them. Around 30 or so.
Cultural thing, the
30?
same way as we call
Back
people
then,
sir to show
Kamurocho
respect.
was the
But
most
generally we call
sought-after
people sir
territory
or
in all
ma'am
of
if it's like
Asia.
we don't
I've
know
heard
them
the
yet
conflicts
at
for
all, we don't
control
even know their
were
name.
rather intense.
Or they're like a
The
customer or
Tojo
something along
clan
those
was
lines.
incredibly strong.
So we don't
And
really have
they
the same
made
thing.
sure
Like
it was a
we're
well-known
perfectly
fact.
fine using our given names even like
30 of
casually
them is-
with each other.
To get their revenge,
Even if we've only just
the
met.
Jingon Mafia main arm in Korea sent even more members to Japan.
Bethesda won't let me
Some
do
of them
that.
as undercover agents.
Weakness.
But deception is a tricky business.
Just go with a fucking
And all who
joke.
could not strike at
Make
the
up a
heart of the
number.
Tojo clan were considered failures.
Names have greater power significance in Eastern Kingdom. I'm aware,
In the
but just
end,
I don't know. I guess it just seems
those
weird
that
to me.
couldn't carry out the mission
It's
were
like one of those
abandoned
outdated
and
kind of
left
like
without
things
any
that people are
place
still
to go.
doing for like, you know, I
One
don't
of
know. It's
them
what we always
happened to
done.
be my father.
Then you were born here in Japan.
Yes, but be that as it may, I don't recall being welcomed here. I wasn't even accepted by any Korean communities either. My family was treated like slime and kicked out from wherever we went. We came to be called the Stray Jingon Mafia.
You know what? Props to this game for
Running
actually
away
talking about
whenever
some
we were
actual
discovered.
real issues that are in Japan like
Slimes
this.
who
You don't
run
rather
away,
see other games by Japanese developers that do that. You're worth too much. You're worth too much experience. Slimes that run away. Slimes. Do we really want to make the Dragon Quest joke?
Is that funny to you?
No, I'm sorry. It's just the metal slimes. They, well, you probably didn't think about it, but that's a classic.
Believe me, we weren't really going for a video game reference, Kasuga.
Of course not. Totally. Anyway, the Stray Jingon Mafia.
But the
Sorry.
game was.
Didn't mean to be weird about it.
Fun fact:
Not
this
bothered.
convo is about the events of
You have a
Yakuza 2.
certain
Really?
honesty about you I can even admire, Kasuga-san.
So, what happened to the Stray Jingon after that?
Yakuza 6 does something similar, what with the Chinese and Korean communities. Did they ever touch on like the Brazilian Japanese that like come back from Brazil and have to really
Enter
a
the
lot of trouble
21st
integrating?
century, the winter of 2006. Around the time I turned 20, the Jingon Mafia from the mainland made an all-out assault against the Tojo clan. But even as that happened,
Only in
the
a
Stray
side quest?
Jingon Mafia received not a word of warning. We were left completely in the dark. Our fathers were entirely forgotten by the countrymen that sent them here.
You don't say. I might know a guy who could sympathize with that.
Oh?
Yeah, he's right in front of you. I got tossed out by my family and locked up for 18 years.
Oh, that's right. That must be why I can't bring myself to hate you, Kasuga-san.
So, what happened to the Jingon's big all-out attack?
Despite their careful planning, they were ultimately crushed by the Tojo clan. Ironically, those that survived came from all over to join those of us in the Stray Jingon Mafia.
Japan anime culture is amazing. The land itself
Both
has some
sides
beautiful
cut off from
locations and it's
home
great to admire
and
from a
left with
distance.
no choice but to
Maybe
band
you'd visit
together
one day, but they
in the
have a lot of
social
issues
sewer
there,
of a
including the
country
shit
that wasn't
ton
theirs.
of racism,
Sounds like
xenophobia,
you
and a
struggled.
truckload of others. Yeah, well, that's every
Let me know
country, to
if
be
I'm
honest.
looking at you, though.
I could
You won't
say the
find many
same to
countries that
you.
don't have the similar issues.
Yeah, finally starting to warm up to me?
It would seem so.
But anime presents a
haven't
very
been acting
shiny,
much like
brilliant
myself today.
version of Japan that doesn't actually
I
exist.
had a great time drinking with you, Kasuga-san. I truly mean that.
So whatever happened to the real Junki Han? What's he up to now?
He revived the Jingon Mafia roughly 3 years ago. And at that time, had
When else
taken
do the
over a
characters' voices
considerable
and words
portion of
come out the
Komodo
opposite
Joe.
person's mouth?
But he was shot in the
Oh, I
head
might have been
and
looking at chat. Did that happen?
killed. I was absent at the time.
And it all came
Been dealing with
crashing
Skyrim
down,
mods?
huh?
Okay, these mods sound like they're way
Wait,
too exhausting for you to be
then that
using.
means- Can't you use your real
Then again,
name now?
modding on a console already
Why
feels
keep up the
feels
body
extremely
double thing?
weird to me.
You're not trying to become the real Jungi Han, are you?
Who can say? But that's none of your concern, is it, Kasuga-san? Or am I wrong?
Nah, you got me there.
Farewell.
Guess he's not the type to open up so easily. I'll just have to keep drinking with him.
Hmm. Good. But we really came here for the music. No bonding with you yet? Alright.
Alright, I'm up.
Okay, is this it? What? Oh, thank you. See, who was that? Puff. Oh, Puff played it. The 100-bit. Thank you, Puff. Looks like I've got 2 songs to sing. We'll do Hell Stew first.
Hope you brought tissues. Stir hell's cauldron, hot pot party. Now, Yakuza, what's on the menu for tonight? Curry, hamburger, paella, banya chowder, or we can just serve you.
Are there buttons for me to press? Oh, there they are.
The demons are brewing up a hellish stew. Made of you, worthless humans cooked into a roux. Shitposters, hot takes, all you
Shit posts.
You little fish, you're all in tonight's main dish.
Emotional damage!
Oh, that's perfect timing with that one. For a second, I had to think, was that part of the lyrics?
Your blood is redder than kimchi. Offer it the flap around your guts. Offer it to devour it all. In the depths of your despair, the pot is dark, deep in your nightmare. The demon pause, we're dining in hell. Pardon
The fuck is this? This is your metal. This is Japanese Kiss, apparently. You playing those with leaks?
My bad.
Alright, well, I think we had another one to play, right?
Alright, I'm up.
Oh, we got The Future I Dreamed of. Wait, what's it? Have I done this one already? Nani? Nani? Alright, thank you for that as well, Paul. Okay, I did that one. I think I've done all of them, right? We've already done Bakumatai earlier. You can do Zao. What, he has, there's 2 inversions? How do you do that? I don't see any option to do a different version of it. Right there, I'm... I'm trying to change users, but it won't let me. Still on Ichiban's then. Oh, there. Okay, it's right. Okay, it's below it.
Ooh, it's about to get real.
Stir hell's cauldron, hot pot party.
Who makes a rock song about food, by the way?
The demons are brewing up a hellish stew. Made of you, worthless humans cooked into a roux.
Also, thank you for the another one, Puff. I'm assuming Puff. Can't look at Ray right now.
You little fish, you're all in tonight's main dish. Hey, cabbage on its juicy grill. None of that will say she ate the beast. Talk about the flesh of the demon's brawn. Little beast, your blood is redder than kimchi. Offer it the flab around your guts. Offer it to devour it all.
Did you buy this album, chat?
The pot is dark, deep in your nightmare. The demon pots, we're dining in hell. Party night!
He's just holding a cabbage. Tambourine, clearly the most metal of instruments.
Something about
I mean, hey, you can make it work. Apparently I've got, okay, 7 out of 10. Apparently there's 3 more karaoke songs you can do. I'm not sure how you would get those, though. I know. Alright, I think, okay, we're done here for the time being. Never a sign of backflips in any game. What? No backflips in game?
You with a woman, you
Can't even catch a ball. That was uncalled for, Jack. So unnecessary. Hey Ichiban, how you doing?
Hey.
I'm fine, thanks. How about you? Oh, good. Can I ask you a favor, though? Sure. Think you can take out the trash for me? The trash? I don't mind, but why? Oh, I'm just cleaning house at my place and there's some stuff I don't need anymore. No rush. Just stop by when you have time. I can't lift it all. I'll wait for you at my place. Is that for real? Just some heavy lifting, huh? Guess I'll head to Hamako's place after I wrap things up. Literally, we can just go, like, take out the garbage? Okay, we can't. Guess we can go do that now. On the way. The other songs are they made the songs the DLC. It's kind of disgusting. Gotta do the chores then. I wonder if we're that or it's just like we're taking out like people, like beating people up. Oh wait, this is not where I was going. Really want to do the business today, right now. Yeah, it's right there. Need to go down a little bit further. There's DLC. Oh, ow. Ow. DLC in a game that isn't something big like a new location or something? Is there like story-based DLC? Last time I checked, only DLC game had DLC, none of the Yakuza games. Ah, screw it, we'll fight him. Cars hurt? Yeah, I've learned that lesson.
Watch me.
Let's go.
I wish this guy had like a multi-attack rather than just all one-on-one stuff.
Take this.
You sure you want to get? I got this.
I got this.
I'll show you.
Oh, you.
Eyes on me.
What?
Fight. Yeah.
You sure you can beat me?
Watch this.
You're in for it now.
Let's go.
Wait for divine shot. I think he hasn't got it yet, but I'm hoping it's something that can shoot multiple people. He's got like so many attacks, but I don't really use most of them because they all do about the same thing.
I got this.
Right.
I'm thinking of playing Tenchu 2 tomorrow, by the way, chat. Anyone interested?
Get serious.
You're in for it.
Cool. Want to fight? Okay.
I swear there'll be more plot in Tenchu 2, just so you're aware.
Underestimate me.
Throw some pigeons at this dude.
Have fun with this. Watch this.
Don't know what that is, Dart? You guys are uncultured.
Get serious.
I mean, I just played Tenchu 1 a few days ago.
Watch me. Too easy, I'm afraid.
I did it.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
You didn't see that stream?
What's all this?
You missed out on good
Didn't
stuff.
I tell you? I'm decluttering. I lugged all this out here by myself. Oh, I'm beat. I was hoping you big, strong men might do the rest.
You buying new futons or something? Business must be good.
What does decluttering mean? I think she means cleaning house.
Wait, there's no one here.
Or shutting down business.
Where are the girls?
They all quit.
What?
I'm closing up shop.
Huh?
Friend of yours found the original Twin Snakes reveal trailer and it's 27 minutes long.
Eugene Cho
Seems right.
Revitalization Shelter.
It's a facility in Hamakita Park. Bleach Japan set it up. Girls from the industry and their families can live there free of charge.
For free? Damn. And all your girls went there?
Sure did. Why wouldn't they? The facility's offering job training and legal help with visas. No better place for girls like them who don't have citizenship.
And Bleach Japan is behind this whole operation?
Yeah, they're being useful for once. They're gonna open more just like it, too. And they even offered to buy my place and turn it into a shelter.
But then what are you going to do? This place is your bread and butter, isn't it?
Oh, they thought of that. They gave me a job at the shelter. I'm gonna be the dorm mother. Oh, it's good pay, and perfect for a feisty old gal like me. Gotta say, I'm coming around on these do-gooders.
Come on, Hamako-san. Don't you remember what they put you through?
Sure, they were annoying. Bunch of kids tramping around, shouting shit they heard in prep school. But hey, now they're putting their money where their mouth is. It wasn't just a bunch of whining. They actually did something about it. And apparently the shelters were Ryo Aoki's idea. I have to say, it's pretty damn genius of him.
Not to be a downer, but don't you think he's basically just buying votes?
What every
Once the election
politician
is
does,
over,
though.
I bet you he's gonna forget all about these shelters.
Yeah, seriously. Politicians pull this shit all the time.
You don't know him. You can't just assume he's like that.
Oh, he's already won her vote.
Besides, you got some better option for my girls? Any spare rooms you'll let them live in? I'll have you know, Aoki-san came all the way out to Ijincho today.
Wait, he's in town?
He's attending Ogasawara-san's funeral. See? That shows he's a good guy. The guy who's got a million things on his plate, but still carves out time for a friend. You've got no business bad-mouthing him when you don't even know him.
You know what? We're not gonna help you carry your stuff anymore.
The young master. Here in Ijincho.
You gonna go see him?
Yeah. There's stuff I want to ask him about.
Me too. Like
Is Ichiban homeless again? No, we live above the bar now, actually.
You guys are nuts. Oh, what's your plan? Stroll up and demand a meeting with the most powerful man in Tokyo?
Oh, funerals are easy to sneak into. Everyone's too polite to ask questions.
Why are you supporting this lunacy?
Sorry, Hamako-san. But do you mind if I get rid of your trash some other day?
What's wrong with now?
Well, I'm not being paid for it,
There's
for one.
just this thing I gotta take care of.
Fine. Just don't leave me hanging, okay?
Wouldn't dream of it.
You know what? I like her dye job. Very well done.
So does anyone know where this funeral is?
If it's in Ijincho, it's gotta be at the morgue on Central. That's where Nonomiya's funeral was.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's roll on over there.
Okay. Seems like an easy mission, right? Right, literally right across the street from us. I mean, if we actually fight at a funeral, that's a big, definitely negative credit score. Ain't gonna look good, anyways. But just in case, I should go get one of my free homeless monsters. Just in case, you never know. They always keep it up, you know, stock here. What internet algorithm told Webtoon I want to read you? So I'm guessing you're getting an ad? Yeah, I get those every once in a while. Usually for like Korean, like, you know, porn, too. Korean, like, porn comics for some reason. It's like Sun Yu-E is like living with his roommates in college.
The day we met, like it was yesterday.
But they're hot. What is he to do?
There's still time. Hey, let us through. We're here to pay our respects.
Hey, are you with Bleach Japan?
No, but we knew Ogasawara.
Not good enough. The ceremony's just for family and Bleach Japan members.
Well,
On the Webtoon app, recommended really well. It just knows what you like then.
Journalists like me in.
There's nothing to be ashamed of Yaoi. You know, there's some good plots in there.
We celebrate Ogasawara-kun's memory. We do so here in Ijincho, the city of his heart and soul.
You, more than anyone, yearn to see this city reborn.
It's also Dancer that's fun when the algorithm thinks I'm Hispanic.
And I
Okay,
remember
the algorithm seems like it's a bit all over the place for everyone.
for the better. It became your passion in life. But one cannot truly care about a city until they become one of its people. Which is why I was so moved when you chose
Oh, so you know what I like? I am actually even better than the algorithms. I know everything you like. I've seen everything.
And yours were bigger than most.
What's up, Beanie Boy, man? How you
I
doing?
know this as your classmate in our youth, as your peer who shared your ambitions. But most of all,
Your big pouty lips.
simply as a friend, you left too soon. This is truly a great loss. And so, what choice do we have but to face the future without you? We look to Kume-kun, the protege to whom you entrusted so much. He has
What
stepped
do I
forward
like
to
on
carry your
Webtoon?
dream. And
Do
is
you
there
really
any
want me to state that
greater
in
honor
public?
than when,
Hmm?
in our passing,
You think I'm going to
someone
embarrass
else
you that
picks up
way?
the torch where we left it?
In your entire career?
You and I always believed we could help people find their way together. Which
Look
is
at those
why,
postures. You know,
in the
good
coming
remorse
election,
postures.
I will throw the entirety of my support behind Kume. I say this not as the Citizens Liberal Party chair, but for you, Ogasawara-kun, as your friend who would see your dream come true. I swear to do everything in my power to bring your dream for Ijincho to fruition. That is the least I can do for you. my old friend. Rest now and smile down on us from heaven.
I kind of like didn't like him because he had a very long cutscene. Yeah, I met him once, he just talked on and on and on. Real tears, chat. They scanned them into the game. Had to sell the moment.
Ogasawara-san, we will continue your work for you.
Just listen to this governor. He really cares. He's in more grief than anyone here, and he still gave a speech. Strong man.
This game feels like it's trying to educate you. Well, I'm learning a lot about Japan. What about you?
Ogasawara's death? Well, then he's quite the actor.
Bastards.
Look at those mouths. Those are important characters. Don't worry about them.
What the hell is his plan?
Hey, there he is.
Let's move.
Yeah, let's accost the politician now.
How many seats is the Citizens Liberal Party targeting this cycle? Any comment?
Aoki-san, should we take your statement today as a campaign launch announcement?
Any comment at all?
What's your workout regimen, Naoki-san? You look like you got very broad shoulders. Bet money you're gonna rip off that suit at one point in the game and be completely ripped for a fight.
Let him through. Aoki. Hey, Governor Aoki. That's no good. Can't even get close.
Let's head him off.
Say his real name. That'll get the turnaround.
The governor took a train here. He's got to have a car.
You know, this is maybe now after Abe's assassination, a bunch of like weird guys chasing after a politician on the street.
I once read in some
Little
tabloid
sensitive.
that celebrities park underground to avoid the paparazzi. Aoki probably uses the same strategy, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a thought.
Any underground lots around here?
Yeah, there's a big one. Its entrance is by the river.
Great. Let's check it out.
Moo? Hey, Mike, what's up? Here to moo again. Alright, so river town. What? How? Can we just keep following him? He was literally right in front of us. There. God, this water is filthy. What are they dumping into this stuff? You gonna test out Zao? Eventually, I suppose, but right now I'm good. Actually, you know what? We will test them out. He's literally just using a saber. Alright. Alright, we give him more MP. You give us Japan 2, the sequel to Japan. We waited decades, you know. What's going on? The governor must have rented out the entire parking garage.
Damn.
We do now. We'll never get to him like this. Are there any other elevators that connect to this garage? I think so, but if this is anything to go on, they're probably blocked off. We'll need some kind of hidden elevator or something. Hidden elevator. Eh. That's it. There is one, actually.
For real?
A few years back, I got really drunk, and when I came to, I was in an elevator. When the doors opened, I was in the underground parking structure. Bet they overlooked that one. That sounds like bullshit, but sure, move the plot along. Hope you don't have to fight more tigers. I think that was a one-off.
Well,
it was, shoot. I can't remember.
Yo,
Dude, that's the most important part. Like I said, I was drunk. But now that I think about it, that must mean I was in the building with a bar.
Yep.
If the garage is underground by the river, then it has to be somewhere along the river too. Building with a bar by the river, that narrows it down enough, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get looking. Alright, we streaming this again tomorrow? I'm not sure, it'll either be this or Tenchu, I haven't decided. Oh, we need to find a bar by the river, huh? Well, they tell me where it's at. Ow, dick. It's got isekai. Send me to another world where I get a harem of like beautiful night princesses all to myself. Right out on the road, they're supposed to stop if they see a crazy person in the road though. You know how this works.
Watch me.
Time Dartigan died and then came back as a Yakuza. Here, have a cookie. Strangely, the cookie doesn't do much damage. Okay, what does this guy do? Blinding Viper, Triple Tiger Lashing, Dragon Vortex, Serpent Strike. These all sound like actual RPG moves for once. Whirling Blade Dance.
Eyes on me.
Let's try another move out. Oh, actually, it's killed the dude. Why do RPG moves sound like special moves for a fighting game? Because they're video games and they pull from the same group of nerds who make them. Actually, let's heal everybody.
I'll show you. Do your best, it's go time. You sure you can beat me?
Alright, falling thing.
Out of my way! I got
Any day now, buddy. Come on, you can do it. But he's about to lose his turn there. Tag team move, don't really need everyone here.
Take this.
I got this.
You're in it now.
Feeling better already.
Dragon Ascension.
Underestimate me.
With all the fun and games yet? Well, come on.
Teleported. Well, the game had mercy on him. Pretty sure that it's actually in the case of one of my members couldn't reach the person, it just ended their turn though. A little bit bullshit. Oh, that's a lot of like hammers they just whipped on.
I got this.
Are you quick enough?
I'm over here.
You're in for it now.
Let's go. Just stand there. Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Alright, let's keep looking at moves. Elbow strike enemy faster than a snake can lunge. Yakuza LARP? LARP. No one's LARPing here. We are real Yakuza.
Bring it on.
talking? What?
Who wants to go?
I wouldn't underestimate.
I'm gonna love divine. I'm gonna love a move that hits multiple people. Yeah, I think I usually like those.
Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Feeling better already.
On it.
You sure you could beat me?
Dragons, vortex. Wasn't it the same thing as like the breakdancing moves I was doing in Ichiban?
Watch me.
You think you can win?
Eyes on.
It's go time. I'm getting stronger.
Chat, this has been one of the worst summers, by the way, for gaming. There's been almost nothing. It's gotten outside of like Stray. It's been so dry for like new releases. It generally is, but my god. I'm hoping that this is the last year of this like drought of games from like the pandemic slowing everything down. Like it's bad for business. Dartigan, you got no power. At least your phone is still charged though. You know what? We're gonna like fight these guys instead of trying to sneak past them.
Well, I got this.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Yeah, this fall though we're actually kind of packed, but right now, I wish some of those were coming out sooner, to be honest, because instead of packing them all in the holiday season.
Cool. Check this out. On it. I got this.
Watch me.
But I just gotta like get through it. I wonder if is there anything coming out next month though, in September? I think that's when there's like finally some new stuff, right? At least I'm hoping.
I got this.
Alright, we've only okay, we got triple tiger lashing to see. Real problem is I won't be going to sleep for hours because of no power.
Take this.
Or just because it's not time for you to go to bed yet, I guess. Elden Ring? Yeah, that came out earlier in the spring though. I'm talking about now. Alright, Blinding Viper, then we've seen all of it. He's a straight up offense, isn't he? I missed it. Doing Kung Fu and stuff. When is FF7 Crisis Core? They said the winter, but so that can mean either this winter or like January, February of next year. My guess though would probably be January, February. Gaming hasn't had a great year since 2000. Well, that's not true at all. Come on now.
Hey ya.
Ichiban, check it out. An elevator. Yeah, that's the one. Looks like it's still running. Let's get in there.
Okay.
Come on. You're excited for Crisis? I never played the original, so it'll be my first time playing it.
Copy that. We'll be ready to move out right away.
Which year then? Well, it's either this year or next year, but it's all in the same period.
The car. The governor's en route.
Bingo.
You were right on the money, Sachan.
We got your back, Ichiban. Let's go assault a politician.
Stop! Identify yourselves! What are you doing here?
Chill out, fellas. Just want to talk to the governor.
Not a chance. Get
which
back.
you consider great for gaming. Just about all of them.
Code Red, we got trespassers.
I can think of good games that have come out every year.
Trespassers? Don't make assumptions, pal.
And who are you? Are you media?
We're fans of the
Obviously, there are better games than others, but there's no truly bad year for a very long time, except for like the pandemic years have been really dry, but we still get good games even during those.
Take a walk, Jack? You from Kansai?
You got a problem with that?
Well, it means you're Omi.
Everyone with Kansai accent is apparently my enemy.
Denying it. Wow. A governor employing Yakuza as his bodyguards. Unreal.
Shut up! I'm a civilian working security. Speaking Kansai don't automatically make someone Omi, you damn smartass.
Oh, you're angry I assumed something? You assumed we were trespassers.
Because that's what you are.
Whoa, whoa,
What's up, Dixon? How you doing?
Let's just calm down now. Why don't you do yourself a favor and step aside? If not, we'll have to...
Freeze!
Yeah, this is...
Oh, easy. That's quite the weapon you got there. I was only gonna ask for a light, man. Why's a local security guard packing something like that, anyway?
Asshole. I'm about to shoot you just because you're annoying.
With the safety on?
Huh?
Gotcha.
I recall this scene being in The Fifth Element, but without the wacky hat.
They want to fight. Let's give them a bloodbath.
Oh, that guy was the only one with a gun, huh?
How exciting. Well,
Nice hat. You like it? How many of you would also rate, Fifth Element as one of the greatest movies ever? And also the scene where the guy tries to mug Corbin Dallas in his apartment is like just cinematic mastery. Never saw it all, you got to do it at least once. It's one of those like movies that is so dumb that it's you can't help but like you'll smile and you'll. It's like watching your like dog, like a puppy, try to do something that it can't do, and it just keeps failing cutely at it. But it's like, my God, you were adorable in your own unique way. Okay, so what else we got? Never got a sequel either, though I don't think there was ever a plan for one.
I wouldn't underestimate
Oh, shit. How did he miss? No, sir, I'm a meat popsicle. Pure movie from a pure time, more enjoyment, didn't have baggage. I mean, I can't really argue against that statement.
Eyes on me.
Open that is multipass. Sorry, we're gonna be quoting Fifth Element for a while now. Alright, we'll let them deal with that one.
Are you quick enough?
Caught my bullet. There needs to be an anime version of Fifth Element. I actually agree with that. That'd be cool.
You're in for it now.
Is there a guy behind me? I guess not.
I got this. Out of my way.
Sure you want to get hurt? You sure you can beat me?
well.
stand there?
Take this.
I don't miss.
I got this.
Berserk my people.
Yeah.
Damn, girl, calm, calm. I need your heals.
Think this is a job?
Let's get it done.
Alright, problem, Chad. You know what? Let's finally see what this looks like with our new guy.
Come on. Let's go.
How do you get other tag team moves, by the way? Because I've only ever had this one the entire game.
Watch me.
Bond level? I've been raising their bond level, but still haven't got one. Still left out. I have to get to max out for almost all max out bond levels? And what, just for like one new move or something? Or they each have one?
I'll show you. Okay.
Found love.
Come on. Take this.
Prepare to suffer.
What an awful duo status effect. I'm so mad, but I can't do anything about it. Yeah, well, that one was there. It was put on by two different people. One guy stunned me, that one like raged him. So he was like a living hell for a bit. He's like so angry, but he couldn't move. You're right.
Strong.
Shells shatter.
I did it. Yes.
You fucking.
Wait!
Oh, that's the broken mule. That mule.
You okay?
That's a vertebrae gone right there. No? Oh, he came back. Wasn't the guy just hit me in the back of the head with a wrench?
What have you done?
Mr. Governor.
Can't you tell the difference between thugs and law-abiding citizens? What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, sir.
For butt idle animation is hypnotic. I'm sorry you're so distracted.
Do you need medical attention? I never thought I'd see the day when my own guards hurt a citizen. I'm just glad I saw the scuffle in the rearview mirror. Please, let me help you up. Sir.
Young master.
Tonight, go to Orohime Land alone. I'll do the same. It's such a relief that none of you were hurt. Please accept my sincere apologies for all of this. I'd also like to apologize on behalf of my guards. I'll be giving them a strict lecture later. But for now, I must ask that you excuse me.
Another date. We're getting a lot of those, aren't we?
For an appointment.
He is a handsome man. And a business. You know what? I hear ladies like a guy who runs his own business. And he's not just any business. He's in the top 100 of like, some kind of ranking that I didn't remember the name of. What did Aoki say?
Yeah.
He wants to meet me at Otohime Land tonight. He invited you? Yeah, but on the condition that we meet alone. He's going alone, so I'll do the same. You really think you can trust him? It reeks of a trap to me. We doubt every step we take, we'll never get anywhere. This is the chance I've been waiting for. So you're doing it, huh? Yeah, totally.
Hey.
Then we'll at least hide nearby so we can help if you need us.
No.
I appreciate it, but I don't like your good ideas. gonna be fine. What makes you so sure? Still possible that he'll keep his word and show alone.
Hold on.
I don't believe that for a second. You've seen how calculated his every move has been, haven't you? Hey, Scarlet King, how you doing, man? Yeah, but if he does, and I don't, then I'm the scum of the earth. I'm not gonna be that guy. Ichiban? When he gives you the eyes, that means his mind's made up.
Yo.
Then you better be ready for anything. Luckily, we've got the time before nightfall.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so let's head there and do that then. We're making progress tonight, chat. It feels good. I'd rather be dead than secure my own safety. Well, honor is a big thing of Ichiban, you know. He doesn't want to be the scum of the earth by showing up with, like, friends in tow. Let's get our health back, though. I'll have your finest, alcohol. Bar, mama. What do you got? Shrimp karage, huh? Yeah, mainly need more of that MP. We'll just get a bottle of hakushu. Not too good. Grateful for your videos at the minute, as they're the only thing making my days. But I'm sorry, man. I don't want to pry into your business about what's happening, but hope it's something you can recover from and, like, make your way in the world. And it's only like a temporarily, like, shitty situation. But if my videos help you even a little bit, I'm that much gladder I made them. So, by all means, watch as many as you want. Not that I would... Yeah, so you have my permission to watch a YouTube video. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I'm sorry, like I said. Hopefully you're dead. Tomorrow is better. I'm not good at this, this weird sappy shit. That's just not in me. I'm too, like, cold and bitter. But hopefully my words have spoken to you and reached the deep heartness inside your heart. See, I don't know what to say. The heartness inside your heart. Good one. You're gonna be I'm gonna be the next Kingdom Hearts main character with that one. Chat, has anyone ever, like, spoken words that have reached the heartness inside your heart? You're coming up to 3 million yen as requirement. Well, when we get there, we get there. I'm sure the game will inform me. Mickey Mouse holding a gun at you. Uh-huh. What's up, Donald? Bring my fucking money, bitch! Wait a minute, who are you? You seem unique, sir. Remember the pictures to get to 2 million? I mean, we might do that. What? I'm sorry, but what? Killboard? What? Who is that on the... What are they advertising?
You're in it now.
I need the zoom and enhance. Yeah, there's just like a dude in, like, nightwear. Night daddies? Is that a thing? Do you need a dad for the night? Oh, that's a side quest. And for some strange reason, I'm interested in this side quest. I can't put my finger on why, though.
Hey, Yumiko-san. Isn't it time you moved on to something more appropriate for your age?
I really don't know what you're suggesting, Shiho-chan.
Why are they ganging up on that dominatrix lady?
Oh, this feels like someone you get as a sub-story, huh?
Don't you think you're past your prime? Look, nobody
Good
wants you
timing, by the
around.
way.
So listen to the #1
Thank you,
girl
Pop.
and leave.
But I do still have clients who request me. So for their sake, I can't just...
Yeah, we know you're totally lying.
The rep of this place has been dropping lower than that sagging ass of yours.
I'm sorry, but what?
My advice? Find a cushy day job and let the next generation run the show.
She looks
Got it,
younger than the
Brain
women bitching her out.
But really, don't you think it's time to put down the whip? You could break a hip in those heels.
No.
Women are terrible to each other.
In what I do. I've always done my best to help my clients leave happy, even if there aren't many left.
I wasn't
I'm sorry, but is this Japan's idea of what someone looks like when they're older? But, huh?
Understand?
Yeah, just so old. Ugh.
What's with that look? You want me to slap it off your face?
All right, ladies, that's enough.
Huh?
I know it's none of my business, but you're taking this way too far. Oh, and frankly speaking, I think you're the ones bringing the club.
Emotional damage.
What?
Another good one, you know, excellent timing on the sound alerts, Puff.
Yours, Yumiko-san? Only a loser would eavesdrop.
This loser's only here because he heard you stirring up trouble. Half the town could, really. I was just passing by.
Then why don't you mind your own business? We don't have to listen to some random nobody.
Forget it, girls. Let's just go.
Hold on, Shiho. We're not finished with her.
I'm sorry about her name.
I am.
Shiho. I know it's a regular name, but come on. I heard that and had to do a double take for a second. Oh, she wasn't insulting her.
Yeesh.
Remember the Asian aging sin in Final 7 Remake Dartigan? Welcome, yeah.
I am.
I mean, my guess is she's like 25 or something, though. That's one of those. That's one of those another weird things about culture. Like, oof.
Sometimes life's a harsh mistress.
I know that name isn't an insult. I'm just saying what it sounded to like my Anglo-Saxon ears, though. It sounded like she's just like, you she-ho. I know it's a perfectly normal name. It's like hearing someone named Wang, like, you have to hold in your smirk. We've all been there. Hug? No? Right, Otto Himiko. Isn't this where our boss died? Right, okay. Damn it. You know what, we'll go see the next stage of this one before we go in there. Also, thank you for that one too. Fail. There was no fail there. Not yet. This game was made a few years ago, just 2019, right? Does it look like a PS? This game looks like a PS2 game to you? Or you need to get your eyes checked, I'm afraid. Feel a scratch and somehow that scares me. Fault lies completely with us, sir. Please accept this session on the house. Don't know what to say. I just wasn't enough for him. Don't worry. Not even the toughest mistress in town can make him feel anything again. No one can. Oh, that's so sad.
Hey.
That guy's some kind of celebrity or something. You could say he is in our world. We've come to call him Mr. Masochist. Mr. Masochist? That's right, he roams the streets looking for agony in a basement of the lowest caliber. But lately he's been in a funk, saying nothing makes him feel proper pain anymore. Hurt me more, Ichiban. What happened to the poor guy? Now this is a side quest. And now he's got every kink club in town bending over backwards trying to satisfy his needs. We're just rolling with it, huh? Also, 50 bits, remember to take pictures. What? Now think about it. Wouldn't you want to know as be known as the only establishment who can break the unbreakable? Kind of buzz would be priceless.
Oh.
Kind of smart, actually. Anyone in the business is going after him. Rinky Kink, Fetch a Fetish, Bloody Gauntlet, the Dom Dome. But he just walks out sulking. The bonk didn't work, the sound effect did it play? That man was stiff as a board, but not in the way he needed to be. Guess that's one way to put it. It's his skin. Say what? His skin was concrete hard. No matter how much elbow grease I gave it, or any kind of grease for that matter, he wouldn't even flinch. Looks like I still have a long way to go. Don't be so down on yourself. Why don't we do some training so that next time he comes around you can make him feel alive again?
Hi.
Yeah, you're right. Well, time to work on our customer service, so to speak. Talk to you later. Yeah, so we got a Mr. Masochist running around town. Why does this not surprise me? You dared talk back to me, pig. Squee. Forgive me, mistress. I mean, oink oink. You just had your finger on the button for that one, didn't you? I was like, yeah, this will be the perfect one. But thank you for the bits. I don't see a continuation of that side quest nearby. Heck, now that is a genuine Keck moment. Yeah, apparently I have 2 other like side quests currently in going. I didn't even like, actually 3. Actually, what are all these? Are these all the same quests I just started with all these blue ones that popped up out of nowhere? Hello there, Master Miller and chat. What's up, Noster? How you doing, man? Alright, let's head inside. Long cutscene time, I'm afraid. Here we are at Otohime Land. You ready for this? Let me save. But how you been, Nostrid? Things good for you? Yeah, let's do it. Time for a chat with the young master.
Hey.
Be safe, okay? I mean it.
Listen.
If anything feels off, you turn right around. Tie him to a metal bed frame and wire it to a car battery, and I bet he'll be plenty of pain. Going to bed, good night. You sound like you got experience in this. But hey, have a good night, man.
Young master.
You were born in a dump, much like this one.
Finally playing the Yakuza series? Well, I played Yakuza 0 before, you know. Doesn't look like a 2019 game. I mean, it's not the best looking game, but it works just
I
fine.
figured you'd want to see me. I know what you want to
It does not look like a 360 game either.
Why did I change my name? Why am I a politician?
For that in a spy adventure book?
Destroy the Tojo clan. And are you curious about my lack of a wheelchair these days?
Heard you went to America and got magical surgery.
Explain any of it?
I am. My condition was cured in America. I got a lung transplant.
You can't get those in Japan.
Did you know that if you drop a stack of cash into the right palm over there, you can buy an organ?
Wait, what?
Incredible. But even with deep pockets,
I don't think that's how.
nothing
No,
is
I
simple
don't
for
think
the
so.
son of a Yakuza boss.
That why you changed your name?
Yes. I did it because I was born
Of
the son of
lungs.
Masumi Arakawa.
Thank you
And because
again
my
for the bits,
condition
Paul.
robbed me of the youth everyone else got to have. I was happy to change my name and start a new life separate from all of that. And look at the results. I'm not only the governor, but also the chair of the ruling party. What's wrong? You can't bring yourself to congratulate me?
I've never been to the. I never bought a new organ. Yeah, surprisingly
from the
not.
heart, no. Are you even happy as a politician?
Politics is a good life. Unlike the Yakuza, you don't have to use violence to assert control. I can improve people's lives, and they're grateful to me for it.
You think Ogasawa is grateful? You killed him.
People are having fun in chat tonight, aren't they?
Oh, that was just a
Give you America 3.1. We've already had an America 2.
To yourself.
Come on. After you kidnapped him, he ran his mouth about Bleach Japan, did he not? He was never much for discretion. He swore to me that he didn't tell you anything, of course. But I could see the truth in his eyes. That sealed his fate.
So, you just kill people over an assumption? Without even bothering to check?
I'm checking now. Did he tell you the secrets of Bleach Japan or not?
Well, that's...
Emotional damage!
See? Proper risk
These cutscenes are being improved somewhat, apparently, by my
He was
soundboard.
your buddy. He helped you start Bleach Japan.
Being at the top means you have to know when people are no longer relevant.
Ooh,
Like
that's a
father,
politician
like son,
for you.
right? My father looked after you for years, but when he had to,
Definitely going to adjust some of the audio levels, though.
That's not how it went
Of the
down.
new ones, that is.
He asked me to go to prison to keep the whole Arakawa family safe.
You think that's why?
Captain Sawashiro killed some guy who reported directly to the Tojo clan. If we had let Sawashiro get arrested...
Thought I did that? No, that's an
Arakawa
option for
family
chat
would
to
have
do with the
own up to
soundboard.
it, since they were lower on the ladder.
Oh, Kasuga. Whether you went to prison or not, Sawashiro wasn't going to be arrested.
You don't know that.
Oh, but I do. Because Sawashiro didn't kill that guy in the first place.
I did.
As I recall, that night was the last time I saw you. Yeah, that club in Kamurocho we went to. On New Year's Eve.
Yeah. It was your
What does a long had to do with not being able to walk? I guess he had respiratory issues. They didn't have good energy for it?
I've certainly had
I mean, he
better
could
nights.
walk after like taking like an adrenaline shot too. Also, thank you for the sound, 100 bits for that. And also, Puff, thank you for 45. This is it. I'm done with the soundboards. Bring joy. They can do, certainly can, especially when properly timed.
Young master?
So, did you finish your business? I'm heading back. Use this to pay the bill. If there's anything left, might as well use it to wipe your ass.
Yo, what, he got hot back? That was back when he was sickly too. God, I really need those new lungs.
Are you okay, sir?
Shut up! Don't touch me. Let's go, honey. I'm sure he's just drunk.
What's wrong with him?
Is he sick? Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Beginning of the T virus. Man, he really hated that city ordinance and ticket, didn't he?
Hey, get up! You can't sleep here, you fucking drunk. Come on, move your ass!
Fuck off, man.
This building's my family's property. So clear out. Go on, go!
You Yakuza? That means you're garbage.
The fuck you say?
Don't touch me! You're on Kamurocho turf now, fool! In this town, let me go! Fear the Yakuza! I don't know what backwoods village you might be from, but you're about to learn about Kamurocho the hard way, motherfucker!
Oof.
You think you're hot shit because you know how to hold a gun? Where'd you buy that thing, huh? Your local toy shop? Huh?
You want me to pull the trigger, you son of a bitch?
Do it if it's even a real gun.
Yeah, big oof, and like, okay.
Do it!
What kind of, I mean, I guess he's a shot. I'm not a coward.
Come on! Fucking do it if you've got the balls!
Why?
Can't do it, huh? That what the girls say about you too?
This is next level bullying.
Little bitch like you ought to know better. Now, you're dead! Dumbass. You do it if you're gonna. You can't even catch your ball.
Jack does the proper motivation. I hate you, Dad. Jack makes every cutscene better, doesn't he?
Sawashiro, I fucked up. I killed the guy.
I mean, he was really asking for it at that point, though. I mean, he could have literally ran away. He even, like, pushed the gun aside and then still came back, put it back to his head, like, no, do it! Fucking do it, pussy! But you won't, huh? I bet this guy didn't die. It's all an elaborate ruse to make this guy have a trauma.
Got him!
Well, there, yeah. That got him moment.
You were the one who killed Suzumori?
Yes.
Also, thank you, Mike.
I told Sawashiro what I did, then went home. Lucky for me, there were no witnesses.
So I didn't go in Sawashiro's place. I went in your place.
That's right. Dad sold you to the law to protect his only son. Obviously, he couldn't just tell you how it really happened. That's why he lied that you were taking the fall for Sawashiro.
How many people carry guns in Japan since they have... Well, true, but he was a Yakuza, though. His experience should be a little bit different with guns.
Station. So tell me, do you still trust the old asshole? I can only imagine how you must feel. Doing 18 years of hard time would have been bad enough. But then there was the other event. After giving him such a huge portion of your life, you finally see him and... bang. Right? Must feel horrible even now.
I'm counting on you, Ichi.
Multiply the deaths by 18, you're basically thought of the plot for Yakuza. Really?
Say something, Ichi.
It doesn't matter what you say. I trust Arakawa-san.
A damn fool.
Then answer one question for me. Why are you in Ijincho?
Couldn't tell you. Maybe because I'm Ichi Bad Kasuga. The guy who hits rock bottom but always crawls back up.
I see. Even after all these years, somehow you've managed to stay just as dumb. It's kind of touching. Nostalgic, even. I can't even bring myself to be mad.
What an honor. You know, I thought this meeting was gonna be a setup. But you came alone, like you promised. So I guess I'm touched too.
What? You thought I'd have you killed? No. There's no sense in squishing an ant. I'll let you live. We do go way back after all. But I do have one condition. Don't ever come near me or Dad again. Understand?
I've got my own condition. Pull out of Ijincho and get Kume to end his campaign.
Pardon?
I may not be cut out for politics, but Kume sure as hell ain't either.
Actually, the Citizens Liberal Party agrees with you. Kume is ignorant and inexperienced. If he didn't have our support, he'd lose for sure.
Then why are you having him run?
So everyone can see my value.
What?
Think about it. If Kume wins, how will the Citizens Liberal Party react? They'd realize that an endorsement from Ryo Aoki can turn entire elections, even in favor of a simpleton. It will be crystal clear that I have the skill and influence to replace Ogikubo. They'll watch and learn.
So, Kume's just a tool to you.
Complicated plot for that game you're talking about, Tio.
More than a game of strategy.
Are these Ijincho revitalization shelters part of your game too?
Oh, those. Those are the most useful tools of all. With them, I can round up all the illegal.
This is what it's like to, I imagine what it's like to be Mitch McConnell.
Wait, what?
Only younger.
The shelters were helping people get visas.
Don't be absurd. The people going to them would never qualify for visas. The shelters will bus them to the Immigration Bureau, where they'll be deported.
For real?
He came here to steal our gerbs.
Right to their faces?
I'm not lying. The shelter's purpose is there in its name. It's revitalizing Ijincho by cleansing it of criminals.
Bitch McConnell isn't that smart. I mean, seems like he knows what he's doing when it comes to like getting his way in the Senate, doesn't he? Because you don't like someone doesn't mean they're like, oh, they must be dumb.
Well, then I guess there's no chance of us finding common ground.
It's becoming so true to life with even like American politics.
Did you actually think I'd come here tonight because I wanted to negotiate? Remember what I said earlier. The only reason you're still alive is because I took pity on you. If I stop pitying you, you don't have much left.
Also, why didn't we record this conversation? I mean, we could like do so much damage with that. He just admitted to like murdering a man.
What the hell is this?
Itchy, use your phone.
I thought the young master said he would come alone.
That makes you a fool for believing him
Makes
when he
you a
said
dumbass, don't it?
And for rejecting his offer.
Guess I'm kind of old-fashioned.
Or you can imagine that. No, we've had like two big like info dumps of like information that incriminate him. No one ever thought to record any of it with like a phone app.
Go! Hey!
Guys, why are you here?
Just get out of the damn way!
Brindos.
Let's go.
I told you it was a trap. Listen to me next time.
It was white. It was a twap.
Ah, just the infield missed a few grounders.
Time to call up the reserves. Let's give Captain Sawashiro a show.
So the vibe is 110 hours, and like half of that is cutscenes.
Right.
Let's go.
Watch me.
I'm over here. Who wants to go?
I wouldn't underestimate.
By the way, this is a hard fight. It is? Which would mean that one dude with the larger health bar.
Eyes on me.
You can win. With all the fun and games,
Hey,
yeah?
I'm counting on you here.
I got this.
You're in for it now.
You sure you
Oh, shatter. May lower an enemy's defense.
You're in it now. Ass-kicking time.
sure you want to get hurt?
I'm
over here. Come on now!
The beat is good though.
Take this. Let's go. You think you can win? Are you done with all the fun and games yet? Alright.
I'll show you. Say cheese.
Eyes on me. Right.
I wouldn't underestimate you.
Let's get it done. Who wants to go? Let's go.
You sure you want to
He's looking good so far. Gotta say. I think any game should be that long. I always say that a game's length should be decided by its gameplay. Once you actually start reach a point where you can no longer have any more ideas for how to, like, to use the gameplay in interesting ways, then you should think about wrapping up a game.
Yeah?
I have secrets too. You sure you can beat me?
Who said this was a tough fight again, and why?
Check this out. Let's see.
I've seen games go over 300 hours, unless it's like an MMO, or some kind of survival game where there is no plot to follow, just what you make of it. I don't think there's any story-based game that goes that long.
Just gonna stand there?
Bring it on.
You're in it now.
Feeling better already. You sure you can?
Right.
Alright.
I got this.
Watch me.
Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
I got this. It's go time.
Let's go.
Bring it
Who
on.
wants to go? Well, take this.
Polaris, like, well, those kind of games, like I said, can go that long because you have massive campaigns. Like, you have Civilization games that go for a long time too. Depends on what you do for, like, turn length settings.
This is bad.
Just gonna
I'll
stand
show
there.
you. Everybody, let's give it our all.
Thanks, Yokes. Check this out.
Watch me.
Right in the dick. I'll be nice, or were you guys arguing in the chat? Do I have to step on someone's cock? I will.
I'm getting stronger.
You learn impish wink. Oh, round 2. Step on you, please. Oh, someone's taking me up on the offer. Oh, that guy in the weird outfit looks a bit special. You live for that shit? You sound like that guy that we met earlier in a side quest.
Isn't this all a little much just to take me out? Come on.
Maybe it is. But then again, you did survive being shot. So taking precautions makes sense.
So this here's the guy who took a bullet from the cap. Thought you'd have some meat on you, but you're kind of scrawny, ain't ya?
Don't get cocky. Make sure he dies here.
In that case, how about we draw and quarter him? No way he pulls out of that one, eh?
Do what you must.
Ever seen a tuna carving? Get ready for the human version. When I'm
Jack
done,
is
I'll put
back.
his head in a box and ship it to you
Oh, that's the
tomorrow.
vibe I'm getting is going for.
Just do it right.
Let her rip.
You leaving? Scared?
Hey, Lazy, thank you for the 39 months, man.
I just don't want any of your blood on my suit.
I also want to be around for the next cutscene where I'll fight you properly.
Work to your peons. Guess after all these years, you didn't learn shit from Arakawa-san.
You never shut up about the boss. I've always hated that.
Let him say what he wants, boss. Poor little shit.
If you can't
only
find
has
a decent
couple of
saber in
minutes to
Zao,
live.
try out Chef because they're more accessible. I mean, I
that's enough
shouldn't be able to
talk.
just check stores if I
Kill
wanted.
him already.
Let's start the dissection.
Arakawa said, release my pain inhibitors. Alright, okay. That's what this fight's gonna be. We have dudes, we have dudes. We have dudes with weapons, check. Crazy guy with a sword over there, who's definitely the boss, check. Let's kill the small fries first.
This is where it really counts.
Just stand there. Right.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Let's go. Now. Fight me.
Bring it on.
Let's get it done.
Who's singing?
Come on, you can win. Who wants to go? Right. You're in it now. Eat it.
Eyes on me.
Her evasion is really good. People have a hard time hitting her. Alright, sure.
Take this.
You're in.
I'll show you.
You like techno fight music? Isn't like most techno music always sound like it's supposed to accompany a fight somehow? I've always felt that way.
Let's go.
Bring it on.
Out of my way. There you are. That's picking time. I'm over
You're in
here.
for it,
Are you
pal.
done with all the fun and games yet?
I wouldn't underestimate you.
Well, you're in it now. Not yet.
Well, sure.
Just stand there.
He's doing a chest pound. Oh no. Oh shit. Yeah, we can take care of that. Oh, I don't have actually the one that... Okay. Gonna have to use an item to get rid of his sleep. It definitely depends on the fighting location. Sifu had some hard misses for techno fight music. I kind of forgot the soundtrack of Sifu, actually. Fighting... I guess I use a comforting medicine on him.
Please take this.
Bring it on.
You sure you can beat me?
I haven't really figured out which move is best to use with Zao yet.
I wouldn't underestimate you.
Now I start your game as your career as a video game musician. All right, oh, can't wait to see your SoundCloud page.
Take this.
Just gonna stand there? Are you done with all the fun and games?
Oh no! Ah, fuck. He was like the last one, and then he called in help.
The hell's your problem? On it.
You sure you can
Now
beat
I'm
me?
out of my way. Hell's your problem?
Isn't there an FPS coming out that has a mental soundtrack where you shoot to the beat? There's been several of those games actually.
Now I'm
Watch me.
I wouldn't.
Alright, down to the final dude.
Bring it on.
We can make him bleed.
The hell's your problem?
Sure you want to get hurt? I got this.
Yeah? Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
I'll show you.
Also, to see more streams of Angerfoot when it comes out. Oh yeah, I forgot about thinking. Maybe, I don't know. It's starting to feel like a repeat of that one fight I had with that dude in like the TV base. Or like the Secret Society place. But wasn't there a guy with a big cleaver somewhere? Where the hell did he go? I thought we were finding him.
Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Okay.
Feeling better.
You can win.
Cool. Check this out.
Bullets don't do much damage, do they? The enjoyers? What conversation are you having over there in chat? I'm a bit confused. Some demo? Yeah, it was a demo game. I played it. It's alright. It's basically like a Hotline Miami game, only in first person and with feet. Oh shit. Yeah, you can't really grab them with that move when they're down.
You're important I got this.
I'll show you.
Say that again in a harder difficulty? Well, that's the same. That's every game, though. It's a harder difficulty. Of course it's gonna be harder.
You sure you want to get hurt?
I'll show you a fight.
Cool. Just gonna stand there?
Watch me.
Take this.
I got this. Feeling better already.
Bring it on.
We're just beating up the hell out of this dude. Yeah, we're saving our MP. That's good.
Let's see. Come on.
Cool.
This is like the stagger bow in the game when you get knocked down, isn't it?
I got this. Feeling better already.
Now we go on round 3. He got rid of this. Oh, there he is. He pulled it up. Okay, 2 guys with the guns. We take out them first.
Out of my way.
Sure you can
Just gonna stand there. Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Sure you want to get hurt?
Who can win? Who wants to go?
I have secrets too. Say cheese.
Over here.
What is that man's movement? He's meant to be like
Emotional
the damage. He's meant to be like the creepy, crazy knife guy, so he like moves around like Voldo from. I don't know, if you notice, that's a trend when you have like the crazy knife guy. They always like move like they're a snake or something, or try to. A bit of a stereotype. Well, it's not stereotype. It's for like a knife guy. Oh, you can't use offensive knife guy stereotypes, Dark. It's just something they do often for some weird reason. Like, obviously a creepy guy, just apparently is like, his spine is made of like, slinkies. You know? It's not his.
Sure you can beat me?
Check this out.
Watch me.
Take this. Let's go.
I got this. It's go time.
Cool.
Once that you can get up. God, more alerts going on. Like, you guys have gone nuts with those tonight, huh? I'm going to like add up how much money you guys have spent on sound alerts. It's got to be significant at this moment.
Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Come on.
I'll show you.
But I thank you. Hope you're enjoying them.
Where it really counts.
Who wants to go?
To be fair, Dart's weapons are pretty low level. Well, actually, I've leveled up the bat pretty well. At least I thought I had.
Come on now.
I don't feel like I'm struggling right now. Except that some enemies just take a while to kill, but they don't really do much else.
You think you can win?
I have secrets too.
I'll show you.
Sure you can beat me?
Actually, let's get everyone's attack up. Make sure we do some more damage.
Hope you're ready.
Over here.
Feeling better already?
Let's raise hell.
Come on.
Out of my way.
That is tier 2 right now, almost tier 3. Hold on, I got a sneeze. Sorry about that. That came out. That just literally, I had like a moment's notice about that. Like when I started the sentence, I didn't need to sneeze, but by the second word, like, uh-oh.
Bring it on.
Yeah? Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Everybody, let's give it our all. It's go time.
Like
You
this.
sure you want to get hurt?
I'll show you a fight.
Take this.
We got back up quick that time. Can you get out of the corner where the camera angle makes it weird, please?
You're in for it now.
Come on now.
Unprotected sneeze. Okay, you don't have to make it sound dirty. We're literally beating him back into the fucking alley.
Who wants to go? Right. Out of my way.
Don't forget to tag team. We'll do that when I think it'll kill him.
Right. Just gonna stand there?
Let's go.
I have secrets too. Get better.
I'm in there.
This could be better.
Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
Seem to have a pretty good strategy. Knock him down, then beat the shit out of him. Oh wait. I think he's dead right here.
Cleared the way.
Nice.
Excellent.
Sweet.
I did it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot he was in the team. Bless. Oh, thank you, chat.
Weren't you saying you were gonna put my head in a box and ship it to the captain? I'm sure he'll be surprised to see your head in there then.
Not even what there wasn't even when his hand went through it. I see no animation there.
That guy was really
Yeah,
gross.
he like was limber.
Are all only Alliance dudes like that?
They're the biggest Yakuza group in the country. I'm sure they have even crazier guys.
And that's what's flooding into Ijincho? Great.
Ichiban!
Hamako-san, something wrong?
I was just at the shelter.
The shelter?
I was taking something to one of the girls. She forgot it at my place. But they were all gone.
Uh-oh.
None of the staff would tell me where they went. I don't know what's going on.
Calm down, Hamako-san.
Please.
How did you find me here in this back alley, by the way?
I'm really,
That's
really
awfully
sorry.
weird that you showed up here like that.
But they aren't in Japan anymore.
What?
The shelter was just a trap for mass deportations.
No!
Hey, Garrus, have a good night.
Those girls, they don't have anyone to help them in the countries they came from. That's why they came to Ijincho in the first place. I just wanted to give them a chance. How did this happen? Oh no! No, 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 no!
Okay, serious emotion.
Hamako-san.
If only I hadn't told them.
Also, Nosford, you have a good night too.
If only I'd realized sooner.
It's not your fault. You did what you thought was best for them.
He's right. Don't blame yourself. You were on their side until the end.
I'm so sorry.
God damn it.
You hear the name Garrus? He goes to Garrus. Well, it's kind of meant to because they're using the name. Like, oh, I think they were a bit inspired.
I told Hamako-san to get some rest.
Thanks, Sachan.
Ijincho just keeps taking hit after hit.
Remember what Jungi Han said? We should basically get out of here while we can? Maybe we should consider that. For real.
You want to run?
I mean, isn't the situation kind of hopeless at this point?
Hopeless, huh? Well, you got a place we can all go?
Oh, not off the top of my head, no.
How about you, Adachi-san?
Nope. I don't even have family to stay with. My parents died a long time ago. Psycho?
I mean, I could leave, but I would
Roblox
never
got rid of the
abandon my
oof
sister or
sound due
my
to
father
licensing
like
the other day. I thought they
Sounds
originated
like
it
we
though.
settled that
Oh no,
then.
no, no, they ripped it off from like that one artist guy. Yeah, I remember that case.
That none of us can run away from this. We're in the same boat as the Komijul and the Ryuma. So our only option is to fight.
Who knew a little sound of like oof
And
would turn into something
I
like
say
that?
there is hope.
How? How is there a chance of winning?
It doesn't matter. A long time ago, Arakawa-san told me something. If you go into a fight thinking you got a chance to win, you're just being a bully.
What the hell? Not gonna lie, that sounds kinda stupid.
Hell no. A real fight's when you go up against someone so strong, you got no chance. Our enemies are the Omi Alliance and the Citizens Liberal Party. The crime lords from below are teaming up with the law from above. And I say bring it on.
We're going up against all of Japan, basically.
Too much for you, Adachi-san? Going soft on me?
Don't be stupid. I couldn't ask for a better fight. Let's do it. But can we include Tokyo PD in that law part so I can kick their asses too?
Hell yeah. Put them on the list.
Good enough for me.
You guys are ridiculous. You know that, right?
Tell me about it. But,
Admit it, you like that about us.
yeah. What is my damage?
The city needs a nuke. The best way to clean up the... Wow, this is a Japanese city, you realize.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of history in saying it needs nuked.
That's why I keep you guys around.
You sure, Namba? Your brother's okay now, and he's getting married. What skin do you have in the game?
Yeah, I know I've been a bud. But if my friends are gonna fight, so will I. I'm all in now. Besides, it'll make for a great speech at my brother's wedding.
That settles it. Let's knock them on their asses.
Oh no, crime happening in city. Nuke it from orbit. What? Maybe. I hope you never get into office. Well, I feel uplifted by all that. How about you guys? That's a good old, like, alright gang, let's do this kind of thing. They even had the proper music. No montage though. Nothing inspires better than a montage. I've been warned about this chapter. The end of Yakuza. How long are you gonna be stirring that rice, my man?
There you go.
There's more? I can't eat all this.
Don't sweat it, Chairman. Us young folks can handle this chow.
Oh, definitely. My stomach's a bottomless pit. Bon appetit.
Hell yeah!
We got so focused on our food that we forgot to actually discuss anything. Oh, it is damn
Really young.
good.
Have you looked at him? He does not. If you look like that, yeah, you gotta still call yourself young. I don't care what age you are.
Guess I'm kicking us off. This is Kunme-kun, leader of Bleach Japan's Yokohama branch. He's going to run for this district's representative seat in the next election. Now, what you gotta understand about this kid is he's just step one of Ryo Aoki's scheme to turn Ijincho into his personal political machine.
Zhao's correct. Kume is just one step. Aoki's other steps include a huge number of Bleach Japan candidates all over the country.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And the dam is broken. There's no stopping it now. Governor Aoki's too popular. There's no one who can stand up to him.
So you think Kume's win is a
191,000 Mu coin, almost there. You have a weird idea of how math works.
Kume has Aoki's broad public adoration at his back, throwing Aoki's fundraising and media savviness. Kume's got a very real shot at this.
I'd say so. He wants Ijincho so bad, it's gotten personal for him. Since it was Ogikubo's kingdom before, seizing it makes Aoki the new heir apparent. That's gotta be what he's thinking.
Yes.
I'm guessing Aoki is gonna be the final boss of this game
Even
at
if
this
the
rate.
Citizens Liberal Party wins every other district, he won't be satisfied unless he wins this one. He's gonna throw everything he's got at this contest.
Definitely.
Well, I'm not gonna roll over and just take it. Anybody with me?
With you on what?
On taking this dude down a peg. I'm sick of getting our asses kicked.
How's the
We all
record
are.
collection going?
We can't just let him win.
Currently
We
got
need
like
to do
4 so far, so I haven't really added to it since I bought the FLCL album.
Alliance. Isn't that fucked up? It's, you know, hypocritical. They go around preaching
Plan to
about
get
how
more
gray
eventually, though.
zones need to go, acting like they're heroes or something. Meanwhile, they team up with gangsters to take over Japan, and everyone just claps for them.
Thing is, Kasuga, these gangsters have a governor on their side. They're untouchable.
Are you guys even hearing yourselves right now? What's gotten into you? The Ijin 3 used to protect the weak and vulnerable in this town. Granted, you did it by running a huge scam, so I'm not gonna give you too much credit. But after everything the city's given you, don't you feel like you owe something to it?
Yeah, you criminal shit,
I
you'll
know
have a
you
heart of
guys
gold
did what
after
you
all.
did just for the money. Ogikubo
Really
was
been
the one
enjoying the
raking in all
Stray
dirty
soundtrack as of
riches.
late.
You guys wanted to
It's some
stop
good
a
music.
war from destroying this town. And if you don't stand up now, you're basically abandoning the Ijin 3's purpose. It's a disgrace.
You sure you want to finish that thought?
Yeah, dial it down, or I'll set you straight.
Well, I, for one, agree with him.
You do?
Everything you said is true. We all lived in the gray zones, and sure, that ain't something to be proud of. But at least we could be proud of putting food on the tables of our men and their families. You're with me on that, at least, right, Songwei?
Remember to take pictures? Well, I need to
roll
find
over,
the
you
statue
will be
things first.
throwing away everything
Probably won't be doing that tonight, though. I think we're going to finish up tonight by doing side quests.
Joe.
No, it's true. And remember, I left the Liumeng in your hands. I trusted you to consider what my men need. This is shaping up to be your first job as their new boss. Come on, Songwei.
Damn it. Fine.
Chairman Hoshino, you got any wisdom of your own to lend us?
Well, I do understand the need to be fair to the city. I'll help. And to think, I only came here for the food. Didn't expect to get roped into some noble last stand.
Would you like a link
You know
video
what
for it?
they
And like I
say,
said, I'm not
there's no
the
such thing as a
picture
free
stuff. No, I'm not doing it tonight.
True
I need to
that.
look it up.
Now
I'll
let's go
find it.
take care of Kume.
I have to admit, I will enjoy knocking that little punk off his pedestal. So what's a move?
Good question.
We need to strike, but how?
Don't you think it's obvious?
No. What?
We need to ruin the young master's reputation.
Too bad you couldn't record the conversations where he admitted everything.
Loses the election.
It'd been so much easier.
How do you propose we do that?
That part I hadn't really figured out. But once we do, it'll be like kicking Aoki right in the face.
I don't see how it's feasible.
I mean, we could maim him. If he's too injured, he'd have to pull out of the race, and then...
You want to kill him?
Well, only if he resists.
We can't do that. If he dies, they'll just replace him with some other tool. I'm sure
Yeah,
they've
we
got
use your jam.
backup
Hey, you like what you like.
candidates waiting in the wings.
I don't judge.
Winning. That's how we do it. We just win it ourselves.
Huh?
We win the election with our own candidate.
Huh?
Put someone up who can get more votes than Kume. There's gotta be someone out there who can do it.
Yes, probably. But how do we figure out who this someone is? We're not political consultants.
Well,
Would putting cities under martial law be better than nukes? Well, anything's better than a nuke.
Their votes for Aoki.
But you gotta have a reason to put a place under martial law. That's a pretty big issue itself. But for criminals, no. Usually martial law is for, unless it's like, it has to be very lawless where that would happen.
Ogi Kubo was an incumbent here for many years, with no opponents who posed any real threat. The only people who ever ran against him just did so as a formality.
Hey, you seem to know a lot about it. Why don't you run?
Excuse me?
Because he's a Yakuza.
Yeah, people know who you are. You've got charisma.
Then again, so is the other guy.
No Yakuza's gonna win an election, even in the Jincho. If he did, I'd consider the world doomed.
Seriously.
But I could try to recruit someone who would have a chance in the race.
Would accepting your loss with dignity be better than
Hope
nukes?
you're not expecting me to shoulder this burden alone.
Chad, why are we bringing up this conversation
Elections
about
cost
nuke
money,
sport?
a lot of money.
Usually
If I
nukes
find
are, the whole idea is you don't use them. You have them so anyone else who has nukes won't use theirs.
I'll tell you right now, my people don't have a single yen to spare.
Right.
Yeah, you spent it all on buying all those TVs, didn't you?
How much is it exactly?
I'm willing to chip in some myself, but I'll need an additional 3 million yen cash just to register.
3 million? You need that much?
At a minimum. If you can't scrape that amount together, this plan is dead in the water.
I hate to say it, but he's right. Can you do it, Kasuga-kun?
Well, I run a business. Need 3 million yen to bring the fight to the young master. Not exactly pocket change. Once I have the money, guess I can just throw back some drinks in the bar until Chairman Hoshino finds a candidate. That's like around what, 300,000 some dollars? Alright, so I think we'll finish up tonight by doing side quests instead of more like long-winded gaining money. Let's see. None done. We have like a bunch of these ones that are like not finished yet but have been activated. So we'll work on those. Do I have 3 million? I got like a 2 to 300,000. So no, I'm afraid I don't. Well, actually, we've pretty much done all the side quests that are done in this area. So, well, except for yeah. All right, we'll go over there. See what that's all about. S&M side missions. And I'm guessing that's what those are, right? I mean, it seems like it's got comedy potential. But I'm assuming we'll either have to like focus on the business management stuff next time, or like try to find all those damn statues. Possibly both, actually. Who knows? I mean, I'll probably get better rewards by doing the business stuff. Yeah, let's just kill these guys. Oh shit, they're level 40. Oh, rough. Yeah, the game just jumped a lot, didn't it? Local wrestling team just kicked. 3 million yen is about 22. You tell me like the Yakuza lords couldn't get $22,000 together. It's a little hard to believe.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Bring it on.
I got this.
Cool. I'm over here. Who wants to go?
Check this out.
I wouldn't underestimate me.
Ooh, that was some damage. Oh.
Well, take this.
This head trauma move just still keeps working everybody over though.
I got this.
You're in.
I have secrets too. Do your best.
You're in it. Who wants to go? Thank you.
On it.
I'm guessing it just basically leveled up every enemy in the game you can run into, right?
Eyes on me.
Out of my way.
Let's go.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Come on now.
Just gonna stand there.
Ah.
Watch me. Bring it on.
Right.
You think you can win? Are you through with all the fun games yet? Right. Fight me.
You sure you want to get hurt?
And that move is only good for putting bleed on people.
Over here. Well,
Take this.
I got this. Feeling better already.
You're in it now.
on it.
Watch me.
Strong.
Well, if we keep fighting fights like that, we'll level up pretty fast too. Oof, took some damage there. No, I can't get into another fight right afterward. Shit. Ah, God, there's like roving gangs everywhere. We'll just take a wide berth around them. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this.
Nothing to report.
Hey, dude! Have you lost it?
I think that's the reason he is doing it, actually.
Just leave me alone. Wait, don't I know you?
He needs his nut, and he
Guy from the
can't
Red
get
Light
it.
District.
Mr. Masochist, right? Or is it Mr. Fetish? Yeah, it's Mr. Masochist, right?
You're Mr. Masochist, right? So you've heard of me before. Mostly just rumors from a fetish club. Anyway, I'm Kasuga.
Kasuga-san, is it? I'm Soda Makinohara. Most people simply call me Mr. Masochist.
Uh-huh. So, why were you headbutting a tree just now?
Because I want to feel. I want to hurt.
Oh, right. I heard something like that from the club owner. About how you can't feel pain anymore.
That would be correct.
As a true glutton for punishment, I've spent many a night getting beaten half to death. By beautiful women in leather, might I add. But that's beside the point. As the
Oh, he's
months
living the
turned into
dream.
years, my senses began to dull. Eventually, I felt nothing. Happiness is fleeting, as they say.
Dang. I know I started the conversation and all, but I can't relate to that. Like, at all.
Here's who I really am.
Oh. Oh. Yes, you have. Yeah, you look pretty human to me.
A man with a body unyielding, lusting for pain, yet never receiving. At least I built up muscle. They'd leave me twisted like a pretzel overnight sometimes. Alas, I suppose this is no laughing matter.
You're telling me.
Which brings us to the tree. I thought it would hurt if I smashed it with my head.
And did it?
No. I felt stronger pain from a mosquito's embrace.
Wow. It sounds like you've been through a lot, man. I don't know what to say. Much as I'd like to help, I should probably get going.
Just back up. Nope.
Wait. Why don't you just hear me out? I noticed that you have a pretty solid physique, though it pales in comparison to mine.
Does it?
Okay.
Preference for whip ladies aside, I wish to test my endurance out on you. Beggars can't be choosers, as they say. So let me ask you, Kasuga-san. Will you strike me with everything you have?
Well, it depends. Will this become a reoccurring thing you want to have done to you by me?
There's still hope.
Hurt me,
Use
Snake.
whatever tools you have at your disposal.
This man is gonna become a
Gang up on me if
Cenobite.
you have to.
He's actually serious. Really okay to start wailing on him though? Sure, I'll punch you.
You asked for it. And trust me, we ain't no mosquitoes.
Wait, you're gonna fight back?
Then come at me!
I'll show you how it's done.
Well. Let's go!
Here's the beat we all like.
Take this.
He's only level 20. But, oh, we can't do damage to him.
Bring it on.
Stop sticking your ass out when we go into attack. Joyful jig. Dance with glee.
Watch me.
He's invincible, chat. Give him everything. Nothing. So how do we end this fight?
I'll show you. This
It says max defense, that's all it is.
Cool. You think you can win? Are you done with all the fun and games yet? Check this out.
Watch me.
Take this. I'm over here.
I don't miss.
Even bullets are nothing to his might. Magic. There's no actual magic. That's not how it works. I mean, basically, Ichiban is pretending these are special attacks, but there's no actual magic thing.
All right. That's enough.
Oh, okay. He just had to wail on her a bit, and he stopped. Any luck? Afraid not. Despite being beaten to a pulp, I couldn't feel a thing.
For real?
Damn. Think I'll never feel true pain again. That by itself almost hurts. Come on, Mr. Masochist, was it? I no longer deserve that name. Please, just leave me be. Maybe you should, like, donate your... You'll have a scientist check out your body, because you seem to be a little bit superhuman. Also, put some clothes back on. You're sitting at a children's park from the looks of things. Maybe nothing more I can do for him. Hope he finds the pain he's looking for. Wait, didn't all those, like, illegal power lines get burnt and taken care of? But they're all strung across over there still. Alright, so, where would be the next one to go check out? We still got some time after all. I think everything else is, like, over here, right? Yeah, we got these two. Playing Mario Kart 8 right now. You're winning, so I'm trying to cough for some reason. Taxi, please. Sorry, my throat's starting to get ratchet. That's what happens when you talk all night. Alright, so where will we going again? Up here? Yeah, we got enough time, I think, to do these two things. I think yeah. Quickly make him lose his memory. For the guy we're wailing on. I don't remember the game, but there was a fighting game I played in high school where some character did a kick and it sounded like he said Clay Aiken every time. I don't know, I don't think I played it, whatever it was. You got heartburn right now? He's like holding his chest.
Nothing to report.
Right there's. Huh. Also, I should save my game because I have no idea what I'm going to run into. Oh, this is like the race stuff. As in the racing stuff, not the race stuff. Oh, wait a minute, there's something here now. That's probably the continuation of the old Masochist quest line. Let's go there and do that. No, I didn't mean... Ah, fuck, I actually clicked on it. I was going to run, and running is the same thing as like, hey, do you want to do this? Hey. Huh? What do you want, old man? We don't have time to help you right now. I don't need your help. I just thought I'd tell you to forget about this little Omi Alliance plan of yours. Well, a stunt like that in the Omi Alliance will have you in the crosshairs next. Wait, you heard all that? We weren't really planning on just dropping the Omi Alliance name like that. But if these cowards are gonna sit around on their asses, I will march into their office and take them on myself. Junpei is one of us. If I don't go, what does that make me? He's acting like he's tough shit, but he's obviously scared. Still, guess I'm one to talk. Messed with the Yakuza as a kid and would have gotten myself killed if Arakawa-san hadn't shown up. Just some punk he'd never met, and he still went out of his way to... I'm going to save Junpei. I actually don't want to do it right now. Go bust in there, we're gonna go get ourselves killed. Shut up, he's right. Suicide mission waiting to happen. Yeah, I guess we can like, we'll come back and accept it later. I just didn't want to do that one. How old is Kasuga? I mean, Ichiban here, he's like 42. But he honestly looks like he's like barely over the age of 25. And those are all prison years too. Let's see. Where was it again? It's like, over here in this section. Dude, yeah, he's got some damn good aging going on, doesn't he? Alright, so yeah, it's right around the corner. King trying to go to sleep? Well, apparently not if he's like watching a live stream. Just saying. No, these guys are in my way. Fuck. Okay, they're only level 33s, they're not that bad.
Well, you're in it now.
I got this.
Let's go. Let's see.
Bring it on.
Right.
You sure you can beat me?
We're almost done though, chat. We're almost there.
Come on now.
You want to get hurt?
Oh shit, that did some damage.
Not good.
Let's go.
You sure you can beat me?
Take this.
You play Left 4 Dead. I mean, not a bad choice.
Right.
Too bad we'll never get that sequel though. Actually, I just need 1 hour.
I'll show you.
Not leaving stream, I'll just be lurking on. Well, we're almost done. I'm really just gonna do this last side mission tonight. What did I miss?
You're in.
Check this out.
Bring it
You sure you can beat me?
on. Watch me.
I got this. It's go time.
Or is it just me, or is the Bioshock a sad story? Well, no, it's always been a sad story. It's just how it is. What is this one again? I don't remember what side quest this was. That place Anzai like should be somewhere around here.
Oi.
Hey, you're Anzai, the guy with the killer slide. We lost the game because of you. What's worse, Hanayama is out for the season. The hell? Oh, this is the baseball player we started ages ago. Well, the beard's new, and he definitely the guy in the photo. Looks like he's got company though. Quit with the tough guy act. Say something. God, that was all my fault. Even if I were to apologize now, I don't expect to be forgiven. Bastard, think you can play it off just like that, do ya? Even if he put his friend out of the game, this is too much.
Yo.
Going a bit rough on someone who's not even putting up a fight. Who's this joker? Oh, I'm just passing by. But I can't let this slide. 2 against 1's a little unfair, don't you think? Back off. This asshole hurt one of our players just so his team could get ahead. Oh yeah? Well, I got some business with him. Maybe you two should take a hike. Shut up. Keep running your mouth and we'll make Inga on you first.
This'll be good practice.
Well, this is a kind of a lopsided fight. I don't even need to use special attacks. We could probably get like 1,000,000 of what we need just by doing like side quests and finishing those up. My English filter does it often. You're alright. You're that baseball player Anzai-san, right? Yeah, I don't know who you are, but you saved me. Thank you. My name's Kasuga. So you really are him.
Oh.
Yeah, I am, but I won't be in baseball much longer. Glad I got a hold of you. I met with a guy named Hanayama. You might know him. You met with Hanayama? Yeah, he was looking for you. Wanted to ask you about that slide. Knowing him, he probably said I'd never do something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hanayama believes it wasn't your call to make that play. Of course he does. I thought it was strange myself, but seeing how you were acting earlier, it doesn't seem like he's wrong. Can't imagine someone who plays dirty like that just Just lie down and take a beating.
Yep.
Look, I don't know all that Hanayama told you, but I did that of my own will. Nobody ordered me to do it. Then why do it? It's not like you had to pull a dangerous slide like that, right? Panic. Players do it all the time. Especially in a game that could guarantee their team the season. Sure, but you're Hanayama's friend, right? You wouldn't want to put your friend out of a job just for a game. In the world of professional sports, it's all about winning or losing. Can't be saying something naive like that just because he's my friend. Let's leave it at that. The incident was entirely my doing. You're pooped, I am too. I'm at fault and I plan on retiring, isn't that enough? I really appreciate the save back there. Take care. Tell Hanayama what went down. Better head back. Suspicious man. I was looking for the next stage of like the pervert's questline. I can't seem to find it. No, that's the Hanayama, that's the baseball thing. I guess it'll show up eventually. Unless it, no, I don't think it's that one. But it could be, I guess. You think it's that one, chat? I don't know why it'd be in the park if it was, though. But then again, I can't think of anything else it would be. We can go check real quick. If not, we'll go call it a night. But Puff, you have a good night too. Also, Fresh, you have a good night too, man. This one right here, we'll see what this is, and if not, we'll move on. We'll just like call it a night, because everyone's getting sleepy. Wait, I think this is him. Is he gonna like try to get run over by a car? Wait, no, is this him? No, this ain't him. Shit, who is this? Man, this sucks. How am I supposed to rebuild my form from scratch? Oh, this is probably like another like, hey, do you want to eat some kimchi quest?
Hey.
Hey, you alright? You didn't hurt your leg or something, did you? Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing like that. You see, I'm a sprinter on a track team, and I'm trying to improve my time. Huh? That's cool. Yeah, well, when I asked my coach for advice, he told me I should work on my form and I'll never get any better. But whenever I try to fix my posture or focus on breathing and all that, my time just gets worse and worse. Guess I just need to pick a style and run with it, if you catch my drift.
Wow.
Sure, and hey, you'll get it eventually. Just keep putting in work. You say that, but it feels like all this work is getting me nowhere. It's like I haven't made any progress at all. Poor guy. As much as I want to help, I don't know that first thing about track. Not really sure what form he's talking about either. Yep, Kimchi West. Though I do remember that businessman running pretty quick. Was it cause he ate that kimchi? This game has made me want to make kimchi, by the way. Yeah, that shit was real spicy. I kind of remember running my ass off too. Hey, are you alright? Why'd you get all quiet? Oh, no reason. Maybe if I give him some of the killer kimchi, he could run as fast as he wants. Probably straight to the bathroom, but still. But if the kimchi's too hot, he might pass out mid-run. Should I just give it to him anyway? Give him the kimchi. Share the kimchi.
Yo.
Yeah, I got an idea. Try this. Just a big-ass ancient pot of kimchi. Good for you. I mean, I bet kimchi... I'm guessing kimchi tastes good, but it always looks like someone puked it up. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend the Koreans. I know it's like their national, like, dish. And I'm sure it tastes wonderful, but my god, is it unappealing looking when you look at it. Kimchi. Yeah. There's a special pepper in it called Devil's Claw. I think it might help with our problem. Okay, so now I'm confused. What's kimchi have to do with my running form? You'll find out. Just take a bite. Still don't know what you're getting at. If you insist. This is just regular old kimchi. Oh. Kind of spicy. No, wait. Oh, it burns. It burns! We're gonna get sued one day. It burns. Kirk. How was it? It was perfect. This is exactly what I've been looking for. That run I just had was amazing. Oh, great. You found what you were looking for. I think he should have just spilled the kimchi all over his chest while he held that bowl up in front of him.
Hi.
Yep. As my mind succumbed to the searing heat and pain, I could feel my ego. Why didn't we give any of this to that masochist guy? Feel my ego dissolving. For a moment, it felt like I was falling through reality, and then I became a god. If I can just keep this up, I'll shatter any record in no time. And then the national record is next. Yeah, well, glad I could help. Yeah, you really did it. And to keep this kimchi-infused god mode alive, I'm going out running again. I give you my thanks. Spice bearer. Spice must flow.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Good luck. I think this crazy kimchi actually had a use. Maybe I'll share some with the others who could use a little kick in the ass. Not that I expect to find that too often. Kimchi be laced with something? I get a feeling you're right. Oh right, that old lady. Wonder if she crossed the street yet. You can't still be struggling. Maybe I'll check in just in case. Forget even where that was. Oh yeah, we can like help the old lady get across the street. Okay, we'll do the old lady thing, and like that'll be our final thing. Feed one last batch of kimchi to someone. Are we done yet? We're still, yeah, we're just gonna like, you'll stuff some kimchi down a grandma's throat. Which one was it? This one's all the way down here, right? Okay, yeah, right there. Spooder is streaming a feeling. What's he playing though? Xenoblade? Yeah, we might rate him. Alright, Grandma, time to get across the street.
After all this time, she still can't cross?
I know I can do it. Somehow.
Ma'am? Are you still having trouble?
Oh, you're that young fella. Here's my dilemma. I can almost make it, but then the light starts flashing and I get cold feet. Back in my heyday, I was the star of the track team. Quick Foot Ume, that's what they called me. But now I'm just an old fossil who can't even cross the street. Oh, if only these legs still worked.
Now I get where she's coming from. In her heart, she's still a star athlete. I bet this kimchi could give her the kick she needs.
Or kill her.
Maybe I should offer her some right before the
Yeah,
signal
it might actually just end her life. But you know what? Share the glory of kimchi. We're like an apostle.
Granny, try putting a little of this in your mouth before the signal changes.
Ugh, I don't like the way you worded that.
What is this? That's not kimchi, is it?
It is. And I know it may sound bonkers, but this stuff will light a fire under your ass, no doubt.
Ugh. Truthfully, I've got half a mind to shoo you away for suggesting I engage in such nonsense. But I've seen what a kind person you are.
Everybody putting their fingers in that kimchi? Yeah, it's getting a little bit, you know. At this point, I don't know if I'd want to eat it.
I'll trust you, young man.
Awesome.
Hot, 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 hot.
Granny.
I think she just ran into a wall.
The street.
She was going full speed and didn't stop.
That was sick, Granny.
I'm either crying from joy or how spicy that was. Either way, I could finally relive my glory days, and it's all thanks to you and that kimchi. But goodness, that was fiery stuff! Nearly burned me to ashes mid-run! Oh, hot.
Oh, I'm just glad you're all right.
I'd say I'm more than just all right. I feel light and limber like never before. Where might I find more of this miraculous kimchi?
Oh, an older guy on Sakura Alley sells it. He might still be around.
Is that right? I ought to spread word around the neighborhood association.
Make sure you warn everybody.
I will certainly try. In any case, see you around.
It doesn't seem to be a lasting effect if she walks away like that, though.
Glad it all worked out. I'm thinking that kimchi seller might want to know about what happened.
Well, no, we're good for the night. We'll tell the kimchi seller later. I think we're gonna call it there, Chad. It is almost midnight, and we're all tired after all. We're all getting sleepy. We want to, like, put our head down on a pillow, don't we? But Chad, you've all been amazing tonight. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Did you enjoy the live stream? So, I'll be streaming again tomorrow. We'll either play this or Tenchu. I haven't decided which. Might be Tenchu. I have played this game. I like taking breaks with this game since it's so freaking long. So, be ready. We might play something else, but hopefully you'll like that regardless. If you're new here, I recommend you hit the follow button. And if you want to join my Discord, you can type in the Discord code into chat, or you can scroll down. You'll find a link to it as well. So hopefully you'll give those a chance. Thank you for all the bits tonight as well, or also any subs or gift subs. Thank you very much. And finally, thank you to the mod team. So with all that out of the way, I think I'm going to raid Spooter since we haven't raided him in a while. So hopefully you guys feel up to making someone else happy before you go to bed. Spooter's a good guy. He's playing some kind of JRPG on... I don't know much about that game though, but hey, maybe you guys will like it. But I'm going to send you over his way. Have fun, spread the love. Remember me in your heart always, though. I am your one true streamer. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you then if you got time to come by and say hello. If not, I'll understand. I won't judge you. Alright, I'm going to send you off to Spooter now. Click on the raid button up there if you want to join in. Spread some love before you go to bed. Regardless, it makes people happy, you know? But, yep, that's it for me. I'm calling it there. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
What the hell? Who decided this? Oh my god. Hi, how you guys doing? We'll play some Xenoblade 3